Welcome back. Turf Talks, episode number 5, I believe. I can't remember. We skipped a week. That's on us. I'm sorry.
Bye week.
Bye week. It was our bye week, guys. Welcome back to the show. We got all boys in the house. Full barn, as some people like to say. Full barn. Trey made it back. He's alive. Thank you for all of you that post on your Facebook on searching for a long-lost friend. He was found. Thank goodness. We made it, guys.
I'd like to thank everyone who stopped me from committing suicide last week.
Jesus.
All of you.
Okay. That's how we're going to start this show. We're going to start off with that.
Well, at the end of the last show, I did some things, and that's probably why people thought we didn't have a show.
I did send you the song by Logic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What a brutal way to start the show, but that's okay, guys. What we do this weekend? What do you guys do this weekend? Are we having a good time? I know we had the hobo days down in Brookings. I think a few of you participated in, but Wyatt, how was the weekend, man?
Not too bad. It was a long weekend, but some really good college football and NFL football to end the week. To end this long week. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Oh, Trey, what did you do? I think you went up to hobo days, yeah? Oh boy, he's even got the shirt to show for it too. This guy's a jackrabbit at heart, man. Look at that. No free shout outs. We're sponsored by college.
A lot of booze was consumed.
No,
This
this
is
is a family show. This is a family show.
The last 2 days, that's all I've drank.
Oh my god. All right. Well, besides the alcoholics in the crew, what else we got going on?
Alcoholics, all right.
Oh,
okay. I'm
anonymous.
sorry. Anonymous. This is AAA. This is how we get Wyatt to go to AAA.
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 It's AA, you dumbass.
AAA, man.
He's drunk.
I'm
drunk.
Yeah, we got the problem. Look at this man.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's on me. Spence, you do anything crazy this weekend?
Yeah, I had COVID. It was huge. So much fun.
Spence and I, once he got healed, of course, from the COVID, we sat down. We watched Tropic Thunder. That my first time watching Tropic Thunder this weekend. Oh my god!
You've never seen that movie?
No, I was sheltered. I was sheltered as a child. Yes. It was hilarious, man. I love that movie. Absolute top tier. Just
what do you mean,
stupid,
you people?
What?
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Oh, they're yelling at me for something. Like, what did I do? I didn't do anything.
Love that. No, that movie's so gas.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. I was a fan.
Get over here and I'll suck your dick.
Jesus.
And I'll swallow the gravy.
Oh my god, this intro is probably the worst one so far. Oh my god,
for him.
Jesus. All right, well that was our weekend, guys. As you can tell, it was about as eventful as it got.
Now down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just dive into it, guys, shall we? Like Wyatt said, we had a pretty good weekend of football. We'll just cover a few games here, not all of them by any means, and we'll go through some power rankings next. But that goes into our weekend recap, as we all know and love. And that started off with the showdown of the century, which was the Broncos versus Chiefs. Is that Chiefs spelled correctly or is that spelled incorrectly? I think it's spelled.
I think that is spelled very incorrectly.
That's okay. I didn't put it together.
I did not make that.
Actually, Zach, I took it off of your email.
I know.
Copied and pasted it.
I definitely saw after the fact that I misspelled it. Yeah, that's on.
That is funny though.
That's on me. The Broncos and Chiefs. That's how we had the matchup. Guys, what do we think? My first initial takeaway from this game was, wow, I really didn't care. And I know that probably sounds bad, but man, this game was, to me, it was kind of brutal. I'm not gonna lie. I was not a fan
to watch.
No, I mean, if anything, I took away from this is the Broncos still stink, like shit. That's my opinion from it.
Russell Wilson did not have great numbers at all.
Yeah, the biggest thing with Russell Wilson this year is he's better than he was last year, which, I mean, you couldn't get much worse than what he was last year, to be honest with you. But, man, those Broncos, or that Broncos team in general, are crashing and burning as we're...
look what they gave up, though. When they traded to you for Russell,
Mhm.
I mean, they gave up starting right guard, starting left tackle, like pretty
Yep.
much Way's entire pass protection right there. And I mean, it was just basically a blow up for the Denver Broncos as it was.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to fill in the missing pieces with veteran players that just shown that they cannot play.
No, I know. And like the biggest thing with that Russell Wilson trade initially was I thought we were kind of not getting fleeced because we took a lot from the Broncos, obviously. But like, I'm like, damn, like we just got rid of our our quarterback, our franchise guy. Like, what are we doing? Now we have Geno Smith and Drew Lock in our quarterback room. Like, what are we thinking right now? But obviously, it's turned out pretty darn good for the Seahawks. But the picks are what's been insane. Like the people we've been able to pick up with those picks specifically from the Broncos. I mean, Devin Witherspoon is one of them. He's another one of our guys. We got Devin Spoon. I think we got Charles Cross, our left tackle that we have right now, and a plethora of other picks that we got down the line that all turned out to be pretty darn good. So, like, as a Seahawks fan, I love you, Russ, but good riddance. I'm doing okay, even though he's not doing the best. But yeah, was not much to show though for this game, to be honest with you. Spencer, Trey, do you guys see anything from this game at all, or pretty much the same thing?
I think it's time for the Broncos just to clean house.
Yeah.
Which they kind of are. They shopped Randy Gregory out, and then Frank Thomas as well.
Frank
Both,
Clark.
Frank Clark. Yep.
Thank you, appreciate that. But I also heard they were shopping their defensive coordinator as well. Like they might be looking for a new one.
Is it Sean Payton's fault? Do you think, or no?
I mean, he's an offensive coach.
You don't think it's his fault though? Because I feel like that offense.
Obviously, he brought in his coaching staff, but at the same time, you can't really blame the guy. You got to blame the players on the field.
Yeah, I think especially when I think they, like you said, Spence. I think they traded for. I think they traded for Sean Payton. They gave him something else. I'm pretty sure in return with the Saints. I thought at least.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can blame a guy that you just brought in that obviously was a pretty big deal for you. I don't think the Broncos are blaming Sean Payton yet. I'm not saying I do myself either, but the one thing that I think is weird is, like you said, he's an offensive coach. I don't think the Broncos should have as bad of an offense as they do, though. If you look at it on paper, this should not be a bad offense by any means. They got some pretty darn good young receivers. Obviously, a veteran quarterback that was so good for many years with the Seahawks. Like, what is going wrong with the offense is the question. Because we all know the defense is horrible. One of the worst defenses in the NFL.
Jerry Jeudy.
They're not
Judy's
using
too
them right.
consistent.
They're not using them right, or is he's just not.
That and then Javonte Williams tore his ACL last year. He's still recovering from that.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't have.
I mean, it all starts up front with them, though.
No.
Like, if you can't give Russell time to give him the ball and make a perfect, accurate throw, then there's no point in even running the offense out there. Javonte's not getting any blocks. Like, it's not helping.
It definitely doesn't sit well, obviously, with the Broncos fans. I'm sure they're just like, Jesus, what did we do with the whole trade and everything like that? But I think there is greener grass, down the road for them. But the biggest thing is, I think they just need to clean house. I think it's time to reset. I don't think you can get rid of Russ. I don't know if you can or not. I mean, I don't know what that cap hit would be if they would either release or try a trade.
Physically
but
cannot.
Yeah, like I don't, because he signed a massive contract. So like,
unless
I don't think
a team
he
is
can do that.
shopping house and just looking for a veteran quarterback, then no.
Which I would say there's probably some teams that wouldn't mind a Russell Wilson in their franchise.
Oh, I'm sure they wouldn't, but at the same time, it's a lot of cap.
It's a lot of money for a veteran guy that definitely has not been performing to his not playing his to par that he's been known to play to the last few years. But I do want to jump into it on the other side of the ball with the Chiefs. And we'll talk about again the power rankings because again, whoever's making these power rankings in the NFL, I think they've gotten better. This week isn't horrible, but oh my God, the Chiefs. Why do people like they glorify the Chiefs on such a different level than any other team in the NFL? And I think there's been a lot of controversy with refs and everything like that with the Chiefs, which I'm not going to sit here and be like the refs are on the Chiefs sides. I know there's probably been some calls for it. We said the same thing about the Patriots for the 8-20-year dynasty, whatever the hell it was. that they went on that they always got the better end of the controversial calls, whatever it may be. But the Chiefs are not that great of a team this year, in my opinion. I really have not seen a team that's like, wow, these guys are beating people easily. They look great. Like, that's not my thoughts after the Chiefs games. Now, I'm not saying they're a bottom tier team. I just don't think they're top 5, and we'll find out. I think they have them the second ranked team in the NFL right now. And to me, that doesn't seem
They're the reigning Super Bowl champs.
And I get that, and they have Patrick Mahomes, and he's Patrick Mahomes is correct. Pat Mahomes though is that quarterback like Tom Brady. You can never count him out, no matter what situation is. You can never count him out, and that's kind of a Pat Mahomes. That's who he is as a player. But I don't know. To me, I don't understand why everybody's like, "Oh my God, the Chiefs are so good. Oh my gosh, they're getting the coverage like crazy," and like obviously the whole Taylor Swift stuff going on and everything too. But I mean, like, still, it's like, geez, I don't want to sit here and pretend that the Chiefs are actually that good of a team this year, in my opinion. I don't know. Thoughts? It might be controversial. It might not be.
I don't care.
I don't care. That's a good answer for a podcast. I don't care.
Concur.
No, I said I concur.
Oh, you concur. I said I don't care.
No.
I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. But
I mean, I agree. I don't think the Chiefs are that good.
Yeah,
I do.
You do? Well, anybody looks good compared
I need to see more from the O-line.
3-2, bitch. 3-2.
Same here. Seahawks are also 3-2. But no, I think both teams still have a lot to prove. Broncos are definitely, I think, on the tank side of things at this point, which again, if they do tank and if they even have a pick this year, I don't even know what their pick situation looks like this year, because they still probably have maybe something handed to the Seahawks from that Russell Wilson trade. I don't know.
Might as well just call it the Caleb Williams sweepstakes.
But for the Broncos, can you even draft Caleb Williams? And I get the answer is you probably should, yes, because Colin Cowherd came out. I
don't think you can pass up on him.
I don't think you can either. But is it worth taking Caleb Williams and then eating millions and millions of dollars in cap because of it and completely restricting your entire team after the fact? I mean, is that worth it? I don't know if that's.
He ain't going to play for the Broncos. He won't declare.
Yeah, and that's also a factor of this whole thing too, which I know a lot of teams are in that Caleb Williams sweepstakes, but I don't know. But that's enough.
Taking Caleb Williams with the first overall pick.
That is enough of this shitty ass Thursday night football game. Let's dive into on Friday or on.
There are too many better position players out there than Caleb Williams right now. Like key position players.
Yeah. Okay. That's our college expert, by the way.
Wide receiver.
O-line. You think an O-lineman's going to go number 1 this year over the quarterbacks they have? Why? That might be a hot take, but
first off, you got to look at who is going to be at that number 1 spot.
This is true. You're not wrong. And I think the idea is like
established quarterback.
Yeah.
Because obviously Carolina has no wins right now. They got a quarterback. They just drafted this.
The Bears have the first overall pick.
Bears they do have unless they're willing to shop Justin Fields before the trade line. Dude.
Be interesting.
I'm taking Caleb Williams over Justin Fields.
I'm not.
I mean, hey.
No.
Hold up. You want a guy that dual threat? How much does Caleb Williams weigh? Not with Justin Fields.
Justin Fields shows that he can't throw the ball consistently.
Yeah,
bro.
We can get to it. Let's go to the Commanders versus Falcons game though. Why guy? Obviously the Commanders got the big win against the Falcons. Falcons are a pretty good team, and I get that they have their ups and downs, but they have flashes of being a strong
undefeated team. At home.
Yeah,
up till this point.
Which as Desmond Ridder, or for Desmond Ridder, that's an impressive feat that I don't think anybody's expecting from him, of actually winning at home or just winning games in general. So I think the Falcons have been able to prove a lot of people wrong this year, but Commanders get the big one, even though they got took the L a couple weeks ago to the Bears, which again, I don't think that's going to be, that's not determining how good
that's a tough week to come from after just barely losing to the Eagles on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then just short week. And then now you got to play the Bears, who are hungry, everyone's clowning them, basically shitting on them. And they came out pissed off, and they showed that they were ready to play. I mean, that was the end of that game. But this Falcons game, I mean, it was a really good game, first off. But I think the yardage stands for this. I mean, Washington total team yards was 193 yards, and Atlanta's was 402 yards. I mean, our defense was stingy down in the goal line. They were holding them to field goals. So I thought this was actually a very good defensively game. I mean, they were allowing 12 to 10 plays every drive. So, like, that's a win in most defenses' books. And then putting us in good positions where the offense could score.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I didn't get to watch
Also,
much of
3
this game.
turnovers.
The Commanders got 3
Great
turnovers?
Yes.
That's good. How did Sam Howell play? Did he play better or was he average?
14 for 23, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean,
not bad.
he was
picks or no?
A lot of his touchdowns were 1 yard, 5 yard, and then he threw like a little screen route to Brian Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he was driving us down the field and opening plays up for those little short screen plays.
Yeah, for sure. That's good though. I mean, I think Sam Howell is one of those quarterbacks that like this is gonna sound controversial, but I don't mean it to be. He is one of the more like inconsistent, streaky quarterbacks in the NFL, where 1 week he's going to have an incredible game. He's going to throw for over 250, 300 yards passing. He's going to have 3 touchdowns, that kind of stuff.
I feel like he's only had 2 bad games, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, 2 bad games out of
you
the
can't
5
really
or
count
6
that Bears game as a bad game from him. I mean, obviously, the 2 picks don't help, but, like, what he did,
I don't know if you can count 2 picks.
We scored 21 points in the second half.
I know.
Like, all because of him. Yeah, it was against the Bills.
And that's my point of saying this is, and I think also the reason why the Bills look so like they struggled so much this week too. Josh Allen is also one of the most streakiest quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Him, Dak Prescott, and probably Sam Howell right now. It's just a matter of if they feel like playing football this week or not, and how they're going to perform on the field. Because I think all 3 of them, like Sam Howell, has proven he can win games and be a very dominant quarterback. Same thing with Josh Allen. He goes off for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, and then next week he gets 100 yards and has 2 picks or whatever the hell it may be. And Dak Prescott, as we know, is going to throw his 3 or 4 pick games as well on top of it. So it's like you have these quarterbacks that they do well, they win you games, but on the back end, though, I think they lose you just as many games too on the back end. So it's like for Sam Howell too, obviously this is his first time getting to play. I mean, you can't knock the guy for what he's been able to do so far. I mean, you guys have are you guys winning record or no?
3-3 right now.
Okay.
But
so
our division's open.
Yeah.
I think a lot. The Jets opened up a lot for the NFL to see about the Eagles, and of course we almost beat the Eagles. So like I know we're capable of doing that, and I really do think the NFC East is wide open, and we got a great defensive coordinator in Jack Del Rio and a great offensive coordinator coming out of Kansas City first year. I mean, I feel like every week our offense is just getting better and better, and now we just got to prove it on the field, and maybe division's calling our name this year.
Yeah. And I think so too. I mean, I think your division, even though it's got a lot of like, firepower, if you want to call it that, it's proven the Eagles themselves are
the second best division in football right now.
No, I know. And the Eagles, I think, are a very beatable team. And that's been proven by the Jets this weekend and also some other teams too, like the Commanders and even the Patriots in week 1. They're a beatable team. Same thing, obviously, with the Cowboys. That team is so streaky if they're going to play good or not. I mean, it's back and forth. That Chargers game should not have been as close as it was, but they did not look good offensively. No. It just wasn't a good performance, offensively and defensively. The defense can either score you 25 in fantasy or it scores you -3. That's just how they go week by week. So it's like there's no consistency with a lot of those teams. So for you guys in the Commanders, I think you have nothing to worry about when it comes to being able to even still win that division, depending on what happens the rest of the season. But
I agree.
Yeah. Anything else to that, Wyatt? I know I'm sure you guys probably didn't watch the game, unless you did. I sure didn't.
No, it was just a good win. Great team win. Go down to Atlanta on the road. Tough environment, especially with the streak on the line. Hey, these Commanders, we're streak career enders over here. Trey knows all about that.
Oh boy. Well, let's talk about a team that didn't go into the city and get a good win in the Seahawks versus Bengals. I did watch this game. I watched every single snap of this game. Seahawks offense we talk about one of the streakiest things in the NFL. That's our offense. We typically go off. I would say offense. First drive on offense, we typically score a touchdown and we look good as hell. And I always think, oh my God, we're gonna score 800 points this game. It's gonna be incredible. They're not gonna get a stop once. We're never gonna go to have to punt, whatever it may be. And then the remainder of the first half, I see him, Trey. The remainder of the first half, he goes in and we literally don't do anything, and it looks awful. And then the second half, we fell flat on our face. It looked awful. Our defense did pick it up in the second half, which is nice to see. Which, I mean, I obviously couldn't ask for much more from them in the second half. But, I mean, the fact that our offense couldn't do anything, like I was telling Spence this after the game, one of the most frustrating ways to end a football game that's close, you have a couple chances. Actually, we had 2 chances to win the game at the end of the game. You take a sack. Taking a sack when you have a 4th down and this is it. And in that one case and one drive, we took 3 consecutive sacks in a row to end our drive.
I was mad for you.
That can't fucking happen.
Like normally I say is, as long as I got a chance, I have no reason to be mad. Well, you had 2 chances, and I feel I would be pissed off.
Yeah, no, we had 2 goddamn chances to get. We could have kicked a field goal, which I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we should have expected to get the ball back like in 2.5 minutes. Like there's 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Like we're
Plus,
thinking,
he had 2 timeouts.
Yeah,
so,
we're thinking
that
exactly.
They get the first down, and then now you're fucked.
Exactly. So like my thought was the same thing as Pete's and everybody else's. Like we gotta score. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sitting here thinking we should have took our 3 and then took another 3 in the back half. I didn't expect to get the ball back. In my personal opinion, I didn't.
Was most the play call is what most surprised me about that.
Which play?
On the first one. On the touchdown, back of the end zone. Or am I not thinking that right?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't a touchdown. When they went for it on 4th down.
On the first drive?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. In my opinion, I was on the side of I'm okay with us going for it right now because I didn't expect us to get the ball back. In my opinion, I'm like, there's no shot we're going to be able to stop them in 2.5 minutes when they have their timeouts, when they have the 2-minute conversion or the 2-minute warning. Like, I'm like, there's no way. But then they come off first play of the game. They throw a 50-yard bomb out of bounds. I'm like, sick. Okay, so 2nd and 10, and then they threw it again, and then 3rd and 10, the clock hasn't even moved yet. I was not expecting that from the Bengals. I think that's almost like in my opinion, that was a mismanagement on the Bengals side of things.
It was, but I mean, you still had the 2 timeouts, and if they catch you off guard and get the first down, then it doesn't really matter. You know,
correct?
What I mean?
Yeah, no, like I agree. Like we could have gotten it,
especially if they get 50 yards down the field. Then it's like, all right, that was the kill shot right there,
for sure.
And most teams aren't expecting that. Most teams are preparing you to run the ball, call the timeout. So the fact that you were even ready for that, kudos to you.
I mean, it was impressive. Like I said, defense played great in the second half, but that is such a frustrating thing to see your quarterback getting sacked or just throwing out of a sack to finish the game, and that's your final like anticlimactic way to end the game. By far the worst. Like I said, I was pissed. It was not a good loss by us, and I think the Bengals are starting to show signs that they're kind of back. Burrow and Jamar Chase are looking really good, I think, honestly, at this point. Last week they looked a lot better than they did against us, again, because I think our defense actually did a pretty good job. But in general, like, we needed to get that win, man. If we want to, and my thought is on this, if Seahawks want to do anything this year, we need to prove to anybody else and ourselves too that we can win games when it's close in crunch time, and especially against teams that I think we probably should be able to beat too. We won against the Lions in overtime. We don't do that often. Just to be completely honest with you, we don't win those close games often like that. For some reason, we always seem to kind of fall flat on our face. And even if we're having a lead or whatever it may be, like I don't honestly believe that the Seahawks are built to win a Super Bowl or anything like that at this point, especially if we perform like we did against the Bengals of all things, you know, and with their pretty lackluster defense they have this year too. Like we got to be able to perform better on offense like that. Geno threw 2 picks. I mean, one of them probably wasn't his fault, but the other one for sure was. It's just like in the red zone, you can't throw a pick in the red zone, Geno. Just can't happen, especially as like a 2nd down too. It wasn't even like a 3rd or 4th down anyway. So it's like we got to have it. So Yeah,
Tough
combination of
environment, though.
things, but hey, good for the Bengals to get the win. I mean, for sure, for Bengals fans, I'm sure that's a big thing for them to kind of get back on track after a very slow start for those guys there too. But that's all I have to say on it. I'm pissed still, but here we are. You got the Cardinals
Here
this
we
week.
are.
If we lose to the Cardinals, I'll be on the watch, just like Wyatt was a couple
Suicide
weeks
watch.
ago. Because I'm not losing to the Cardinals. I'm sorry, we
It's
can't
not a
lose to
fun
the
place to
Cardinals.
be.
You're gonna suit up.
But yeah, 3-2 on the season. Technically, we're still have a winning record, but kind of like the Steelers, I don't think we deserve it. We've been beating some teams that that are probably aren't the greatest. So
Speaking of the Steelers, allowed 0 points this week. Got it, baby.
Good
0
shit.
points.
Good shit.
Nice
Didn't
job.
score though. Offense still sucks.
Nope, offense still sucks. Didn't score any as well. But
Very true.
hey, great week for the defense. We'll give them a round of
How
applause.
are the Steelers catching strays right now?
Hey, you know what? You know what, Trey? I will say this. I saw the power rankings. I kind of cheated. They went up a spot by having a bye week this week.
Damn right, bitch.
Bullshit. Whatever.
the
Next
come
one
up.
up. We have
On the
Saints
come up.
versus Texans. Saints versus Texans. Spence, I know you said you didn't get to watch a ton of this game, but from what you were able to see, what were your takeaways, man?
I mean, Derek Carr had a game, but he threw 50 fucking times.
Couldn't get it done in the red zone. I think that was the story of this game for the Saints, really, to be honest with you.
I will say that CJ Stroud is the best Ohio
His
State
first pick.
quarterback I've seen.
I'd say so.
So.
Just pure passing, yeah.
I mean, he's probably one of your few Ohio State quarterbacks that have made it to the NFL that are actually a passing first quarterback, you know, if that makes sense.
Dwayne Haskins.
In recent memory, I don't
Yeah,
think
Dwayne Haskins was more of a. Yeah.
Jesus.
We drafted that man. We gave that man a chance. Loved him.
What was that?
What was that?
Yeah,
I don't
that
wanna-
was-
I don't wanna-
We need to
Talking
cut
about
that out. Cut that out.
Pick. No, I'm talking
No,
about
no,
CJ
no.
CJ
Cut
Stroud.
all that out.
Talking
Yeah,
about
because
CJ
he's
Stroud
talking
on
about
the
CJ
pick
Stroud to the pick.
to Zach
No,
Bond, and
no,
then
no.
Zach Bond
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
fumbled the ball. That was sick. We got an interception to a fumble and lost it, and we were gonna score. We probably would have scored there. That was sick. But I mean, we played all right. It's just you don't like to lose to the fucking Texans.
Hey, happens
But they're a good team, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think the
at
one
least
thing.
he lost in a classy fashion, unlike us.
Well, yeah, but like
Yeah.
they are a good team. They proved it.
Yeah, it's
I
just,
think-
it's just when you say I lost to the Texans, it just sounds like you're a poverty team.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong though. And honestly, that's kind of been like, if anything, that shows how good CJ Stroud has been for the Texans. Of like, that organization used to be a joke of like, if you lost to the Texans, what the hell are you doing? And I get it. They with
What
with
about Deshaun Watson?
I know. I was just gonna say with Deshaun Watson,
Okay.
they were good for that 1 year. That
No.
had
They made
success.
the playoffs 4 years out of his 6 years. What are you talking about?
They were,
Fact check.
they were only a true contender.
Fact check it then. Trey.
They were
Look
only
it
a
up.
true
I need a
contender
fact check.
1 year.
No, go look it up if you want to fact check it.
Can somebody fact check that, please?
It's not that.
Trey
not
called it out. Go for it. Look at you going back on your own thing, huh?
Oh,
Not even. man
I
enough
mean,
to go
Kamara
look it
had
up.
19 rushes for 68 yards. 13 was his
Look it
long,
up
no
then.
touchdowns. He averaged 3. I mean, it's not great. Olave, just doing Olave things. Just almost at 100 with 7 catches.
There you go, Trey. Go look it up.
Dick Weed only had 5 for 45 with no touchdowns. That's Michael Thomas, if you don't know. I mean, all in all, it's just like, I don't know. I think we just played. We've had a 2-week stretch here where we just haven't played our best ball, and it's showing. But
Yeah.
I mean, former dog of the week nominee Nico just 4 for 80, still a dog. So
Almost had a touchdown.
they just outplayed us. That's all it was. And kickers missed a field goal, so like that helped. Or that doesn't help, but
Nope. Especially in the red zone too. Missed it.
but we'll get them next week.
Anything else, Zach?
I don't think so. I'm just fact checking you right now. So the Texans
Go ahead.
made.
Oh, everyone's fact checking. Here we go.
Yep. Yeah. No, I got you. I got you.
Well, I know
guys.
why. I know that they blew a fucking lead in the playoffs to beat Mahomie.
They did do that.
24.
They did do that. It was halftime, and then all of a sudden, not gonna lie, I thought they had us in the
Isn't
playoffs.
that what
took them to
Justin
the
Reed-
playoffs twice?
I was going to say, so they made it 2015, 2016, 2018, 2019. I'm pretty sure Deshaun Watson wasn't in until 2018,
He got
2019.
drafted in 2017.
Yeah, so he only made the playoffs twice.
2 years. 2 years, my
Which,
bad.
like I said, they only were relevant for like one of those years that they actually
they obviously made the
should be
playoffs.
winning.
What are you talking about?
The Seahawks made the playoffs last year. We ain't gonna fucking do anything.
God.
We made the playoffs. I knew we were going to do
still
fucking
made the playoffs
shit.
as the Texans.
We made the playoffs 2 years ago.
I didn't do fucking shit.
Right. Come on now.
Oh man.
You were winning your division though.
No.
Yeah, we could
Wait, no, the Ravens probably did.
Nope. Well, yep, nothing more of this game, guys.
That was the Bengals game.
Again, I think CJ Stroud has been nothing.
probably,
It has been proving
absolutely.
nothing but like this guy is easily the offensive rookie of the year, especially since anybody else that's playing this year, I feel like is getting injured. He's injured, probably done for the season.
Well, CJ Stroud can get injured.
Who'd you say?
He said H-Chain after his 3 good games.
Oh, yeah. Richardson's out too.
Which, yeah, I don't know if Andrew
Season.
Richardson's done for the
Fuck
year.
him.
My God.
He's
All
out for the
right,
year?
out for the year.
50-50 right? No, it's 50-50 right now.
They said there's a
it's
good,
more likely that he probably will sit out. I agree, but like
What
there's
did he
still a
do?
chance he could play. Shoulder.
Shoulder, and then he's got
I think it's just
surgery.
he's got a shoulder surgery. It was the most casual ass tackle too that he went down and like did something to his shoulder. So I don't know.
That's
All right,
football.
RIP my fantasy team. All right, on Monday, just yesterday, we had the Cowboys versus Chargers to finish this off. Honestly, another pretty shitty showing by both teams. It was not a pretty looking game, to be honest with you. I think there was a lot of just like I don't know how many times Herbert and Dak just like overthrew their receivers. There's so many times last night that I feel like they were
Herbert's also
lie to you,
playing with
like-
a broken hand. He got a
What's
broken
that?
finger. You got a broken finger.
Who is?
Yeah.
Herbert.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Middle
It's on
finger.
his non-throwing hand, but
I'm not gonna lie,
That's
boys. I did
really
not
his
watch
finger.
this game. I watched the Phillies game and first inning, 2 bombs, and then the next inning another bomb, and then I was like, you know what? I'm sticking on this game now. This game's kind of interesting.
I think Herbert didn't get. He was just pressured the whole game. He didn't get sacked a lot, but he just had no time in the pocket to.
I think they didn't get their first sack in
so
2
much.
minutes.
I didn't know Justin Herbert was that fast until last night.
Dude, he's an athletic quarterback.
He's
dude.
shifty, dude. I didn't even know he was that shifty.
Yeah.
Bro, like his rookie year, that's what he was doing. He was getting after it
I
because his
was-
O-line come
Like
block for
when
him.
you think of Justin Herbert, you're not dual threat quarterback. You think
I watched him at
pass.
Oregon, so yeah, I
I
guess
think
I do.
I agree with you, Trey. There's a piece of like, in a way, he's by far more athletic than Rodgers ever was, but like it kind of reminds me of like Aaron Rodgers.
Big Ben. Oh,
His athletic ability, because nobody thinks Aaron Rodgers is this running quarterback, but he was very, very good while running in his entire
Very
career.
sneaky.
Yeah, like just very good at like, hey, I can rush 15 yards to get a first down, no problem. And like nobody's like, oh shit, okay. Herbert
Big
is
Ben.
more athletic than him, but I think Herbert is like also the same boat where he's going to be looking more to get the ball downfield before he just takes off running. I think in a lot of cases, but still he can do it. Like that really, like I think that was the first time besides Mariota in the playoffs, I think it was, where he got his pass tipped to him and he actually did something out of it.
dude,
not
that
just
shit was
caught it in the
wild.
ground.
I've
Crazy,
never seen
dude.
that before.
Crazy. Ran for 15 yards for a first down after he caught his own pass, which like Mariota's touchdown was insane, by the way.
Yeah, it's like
No.
that, or you can have on the flip side where Brett Favre did it and just fucking chucked it like 60
Yeah.
yards down the field.
That's Favre, baby.
Just farving it in there.
Farving it in there.
Dude, he was so good, actually.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, now he's a criminal. So
I think
Okay, now he's
this
gonna
is a
sue us.
Whoa. Sue me, actually. I don't care.
Fuck him.
Jesus. We can't be doing that, guys. We got a pretty low budget already. Let's not be doing that already.
but I think this has to be a plus game for Dak. He was 21 for 30, 272, and he had 0 interceptions. But he did take 5 sacks, but he didn't throw a pick. And he actually
and he
ran
had
a
that RPO
in.
touchdown
He,
or that read
He
option
did.
touchdown.
He did.
did you see
There
that
was-
he almost fumbled that shit?
Yeah,
He
it almost
the ball
fell
was,
over.
it's right here, and it fucking like comes off, and he like catches it again.
That's funny.
But CD had a fucking game. Like
Yeah.
he said that Dak even said that CD's gonna have a game and then gets 7 receptions. I think he had was it 12 targets, 11 targets.
It was something like
you
that.
know who
Well,
didn't have a game? The guy that tried to jump on that punt for the Cowboys.
Tried to what?
You know what I'm talking about? One was rolling around.
oh, was it
And
Turpin?
the Cowboys guy goes and randomly
Oh.
jumps on, like tries to jump on it, and then the Chargers
Missed
pick it
it?
up because he
Yeah.
touched it.
Just missed it. Yeah, I do
What a
remember that.
dumbass!
Oh, he had 7 targets. That's what it was. But you know how to this is like the craziest thing to me. Michael Gallup, they're talking the announcers are just like Mahoming him.
Dogging him.
Yeah.
Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were
Buck.
having a blast last night in the booth. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but those guys were on one, to say the least.
But
Keep carrying
3
on.
receptions for 24 yards with 10 targets.
Jeez.
They're
I
just
And I don't know why that is too, because I feel like they definitely try to target him the most. I think they said that he's like one of the most the most targeted receivers, but he has the least amount of catches on the team, which is like insane. Michael Gallup.
Yeah, they use him as like basically. Oh, Michael Gallup, really?
Because
Yeah.
they were freaking saying how him and Dak aren't on the same page. They haven't been able to figure it out all year.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they treat him like he's a number 3 wide receiver.
Well,
yeah, but they throw him.
that's
they
what
throw
it
him
is.
double digit times.
they throw him.
It
They throw
showed
him.
last night. Then
Yeah, they throw him the ball the most. Which what they also did differently, I think, this time too, is they started using CD back in the slot. Like I think he's probably best at, because they've been trying to use him on these outside. Which again, CD's a great receiver regardless, but like the slots where CD makes his money in a lot of cases. I mean, like the guy's going to get 7 catches for 119 yards, whatever he got last night. Like the guy had another great game, but like that's where he is the best at, is in the slot and being able to run his slants and find open gaps and all that kind of stuff.
They probably throw it to Michael Gallup so goddamn much because, one, they're probably double teaming fucking C. Lamb.
Mhm.
2, they probably have their next best corner on Brandon Cooks. And then
Yeah.
3, they probably have their next one on Pollard. So he's the
you don't
last
got a
guy.
fast, if
He's
you
the
don't
only
got a
guy
fast
open.
corner guard in Brandon Cooks, oofta.
Asante Samuel
He's the only guy open.
Oh, Jake Ferguson's also always open, I guess. Holy shit, does he get used a lot?
But the thing with the Chargers that
Yeah,
I think that they were doing is they're playing tight coverage man on CD, and then they had obviously like kind of like a softer coverage on Cooks, but Chargers are known for playing soft ass coverage. Like if it's third down, they're at the sticks and they're gonna let you fucking wiggle between them, but they're not gonna let you go past the sticks.
No.
That's literally what they do. So I can see why Gallup might get 10 targets, but it's like
the fact that you're getting
really
10.
didn't hear much from Derwin James, but he was kind of non-existent, kind of like
No,
Michael
he got-
Parsons.
he got
Michael
some
Parsons
head
didn't really do much until the very end too. Yeah, he had like a
That
sack
last
finally
sack.
at the end, but yeah, he really.
I mean,
didn't do
that's
much.
why if you're a quarterback, I'm staying away from Derwin James. Sorry.
he got a
all
help
game
with
long.
it. Roughing or what's that penalty? Unnecessary
Unnecessary
roughness. Yeah, just domed. I don't know who it was, just sitting up and just domed him. And there was another one where he just like wrecked somebody. I
We're
don't
gonna
know,
talk
but
about the fight pregame.
Yeah, Eckler got his helmet knocked
Eckler's
off.
helmet went
Yeah,
around like an
Pollard
owl.
punched him in the side of the face.
Maybe it's the reason why he only got me 10 fucking points after sitting out the last 5 weeks in fantasy. My God.
Well, what'd you expect?
He almost scored that one. He had like a screenplay or some shit.
And he got stopped
Dude.
at like 2.
Also, I think Keenan Allen is top 5 receiver in the league.
I think that's been established.
I
Maybe
would
that-
say
Maybe that should be our
I
top
don't
5.
know.
Well,
top 5.
I think the issue is with Keenan Allen is he's always injured for a good portion of the season. So if he's able to keep it up, I mean, I think that's what's going to open people's eyes of like, oh shit, this guy's actually still really good at football, because he is.
He's like
I mean,
31.
Yeah, he's been the same. He's been a good ass receiver his entire career, but the fact that he only plays 8 games a season is what's holds him back off of anybody's list or anything. That's the only reason why. But he's a great receiver when he's in. Like
He's
he's
so
just,
good.
like they said, he's a super quarterback friendly receiver because
Yeah.
he just gets open and he's gonna catch the ball when he gets it thrown to him. That's just who he is. Great, one of the best route runners in the NFL. Top 2 or 3 minimum.
Behind Devontae.
But
And Cooper
I know
Kupp.
we're not talking about moving on here. I know we're not talking about the Bills and Giants, but I just saw a meme today that I thought I had to like share. It said the new rule that when you're ever playing the Giants, you have to count to 7 Mississippi before rushing them. Their O-line is terrible.
Yeah, their O-line is by far the worst in the NFL. They gave up 11 sacks to the Seahawks, and we don't have a good pass rush. So, yeah.
I was going to say, when we were talking about the Commanders,
Oh, boy.
You guys' fucking O-line sucks ass, too.
No, well, okay. First off,
I was looking at how many times Sam
hold on.
It's 5+ times every game.
Yeah. Hey,
It's so bad.
Leno,
Yeah.
just had a death in his family. No, yeah, but he didn't play this week because he just had a death in his family. So praise it up for him. And then our right guard is, I think he's out with a hamstring right now. So like we're down a couple players, but either way, they're not great.
Yeah,
like we didn't all of our money spent on our defense, and we're proving the fact. Like our offense just got to get it done. And Sam Howell, he's young enough where he can still take the hits right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And then one more thing for the Chargers game. Do you guys see that chick that they?
She's on Pat McAfee today, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Can you guys see this?
How the fuck did they find her?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Is she a Vikings fan at one point?
I'm listening, third hour, and like they go, "We have found this chick." I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like they just.
I was thinking about this last night because they kept showing her. I go, "She's gonna end up on some sports like show tomorrow." Oh, yeah. I promise you. And Pat McAfee,
dude, she's a diehard fan. Like really? She's got season tickets.
She's just a
she's got season tickets.
Plant.
Every single week she goes to the game.
Conspiracy. Bombshell. She's a phony.
I'm blowing the lid off this case.
No, she is
yelling "Skull" right here. Skull.
Fucking imposter. That segment. Vote her ass off, dude. She's an imposter.
She is a fake fan. She is a fake fan.
What is that?
Got me. She's haunting me.
She's got Spence rattled. You know what also is gonna get me rattled? These power ranks that we got going up here, guys. Let's dive into well, let's pull it up. Pull it up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie.
All
right, guys.
Someone's been watching a lot of Joe Rogan.
It's on Joe Rogan. He was pull up, Jamie. Pull it up, Jamie.
Can you turn the brightness down?
What's that? Is it too bright for you?
A little bit.
I've been seeing stuff that the Panthers are
better?
trying to go all in.
180 hertz right now.
Yeah. Is that better?
Sure.
You guys hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you.
I've been seeing like the NFL rumors that the Panthers are trying to go all in on a receiver one. They're trying to trade it.
They
just traded a receiver one to the Bears.
Okay, hold on. If they have the 32nd pick, I would take Marvin Harrison Jr., who's everyone's been looking at. I mean, like everyone's basically drooling over him after they watched him help.
What do you mean the 32nd pick?
Excuse me, the first pick, but like 32nd rank. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, they can't. The Bears already have it.
No, well, this is power rankings, not like actual rankings, I guess.
Well,
yeah, I won a game, so no, the Panthers are first.
I do feel like the
Panthers have the one pick right now.
The Bears will win more.
I thought they traded the pick with Carolina
last year. Yes. So wait. So does Carolina not have?
It was last year. It was last year's pick because they traded. The Bears traded for. The Carolina.
So Carolina
Panthers
does not have a pick this year.
The Panthers, they got somebody though because they gave DJ Moore to the Bears. What did they do? Because they swapped something because the Bears got DJ Moore, but the Panthers got.
But the Bears do have two.
The Panthers,
picks.
yeah, the Panthers got Bears first round, the first overall pick. I'm pretty sure what it was. I think is what happened.
Even if I was the Panthers,
because they gave up, I think this year's first pick. So I don't think the Panthers even have anything right now.
Okay,
I think that's how the Bears got that second pick.
Well, so either way, they're gonna have the second. They're gonna have the second pick, and they're still picking Marvin Harrison Jr. Go ahead, Trey.
Even if I'm the Panthers and they say they would still have that draft pick, I feel like that best option would be traded. Like they could get somebody good for the number one overall pick. Like especially if you trade him to a team that needs a quarterback. You could trade him to.
Who would you take? What teams would you say
that need a quarterback?
Like Raiders?
That need a quarterback, but also have a receiver though. That's kind of the kicker to
Well,
it.
isn't Devontae's contract's up after this year?
Devontae Smith?
No, Devontae Adams.
Adams.
Oh,
For the
sorry,
Raiders.
Sorry.
I mean, the only other guy there, I think, would be Myers.
Bucks.
Were they gonna give him Chris Godwin? Because you know damn well
Mike Evans and Chris
Mike
Godwin.
Evans wants out.
I
Do
think
you
they're
think
too- they're
Josh
too
Jacobs
old,
needs
though.
to get shopped? Him and Devontae Adams need to just get shopped, and the Raiders
I
need
don't
to
think Devontae
start all
Adams
over.
needs to get shopped. I think Jacobs.
I think
does.
Max
They
Crosby.
need to give him a goddamn fucking quarterback.
You can't get rid of Max Crosby. I mean, that guy
think they will, though.
he's too damn good to get rid of.
Get rid of
He's
Chandler.
gotta
That
be-
that guy's fighting Sean Strickland in the
I
offseason.
know, but
so I don't know.
there's been a lot of like rumors.
Dude, you
about
haven't heard
a lot of
that?
those big guys. Well, Daniil Hunter, I think, is going to be on the auction block. I think
100%.
Brian
Trade
Burns.
block,
If
the trade
the
block
Panthers,
is up. This is
if
like
the
the last
Panthers
week,
don't-
isn't it?
that's what they could do. They could get rid of
Is it week
Brian
8 trade
Burns
deadline?
for a
Is it the
pick.
trade deadline up this week?
I thought it was week 8.
It's the
No, it's
31st,
week-
October 31st. is
Yeah,
when the
we
trade-
still
What
got
week
the
is
end of the
that?
month.
So shit's about to start going down.
Yeah, this week. is
Yeah,
gonna be
here
interesting.
soon.
All right, boys, we haven't even touched this power rankings yet. We got 32 of them to go through, so let's start into it. So obviously, Panthers are at the very bottom of it. I think it's for obvious reasons because they're the only team that has not won a game yet. This
I
year,
think they can win games though.
I think
they
so
can.
too. I honestly don't think that they're an awful team. I think they're giving Bryce Young zero help, especially in the offensive line.
The play call's been a
especially-
lot, a lot of just basic shit,
yeah,
and I think that's kind of hindering him.
Adam Thielen though, absolutely
Dogging.
incredible.
Dogging.
He's having such
These
a
last
good
3
season.
weeks have
Insane.
just been
100+ yards every single week for
Mhm.
him. I mean, like, the guy is playing incredible and out of his mind right now, which I think he's a great receiver for like a young Bryce Young type of guy to have.
He's a
I
good
think the
receiver,
biggest thing
too.
is the whole offense is just not. The whole offense is not built to, allow Bryce to succeed like the Texans are
As of
for
right
CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's got a pretty good season or setting. He's got some great young receivers. He's got a good
decent
line.
line.
He's got obviously the running backs. Like, he's got a good setup around it that
Yeah,
allows.
don't get me
the
wrong.
Panthers-
So does Panthers. They got Miles Sanders. I mean,
Miles
the
Sanders
receivers-
is not it. Miles Sanders has not been in it
hurt,
this year.
though.
I just think the Panthers offense is missing a player that can make the big plays. Like Thielen is a good, like, reliable, like, pass catcher and like good route runner, but he doesn't have that speed that he's gonna run away from anyone.
You have
Just
Bingo,
Shark.
but they're not using him.
DJ Shark.
Yeah.
They're not using him either.
DJ Shark just isn't like top tier receiver.
I mean, if he's
No,
your
no,
fat-
you ain't
speed.
wrong, but he's a speed receiver that can just
He
run down
is.
the field.
but if that's your only good speed receiver, like, you're not gonna be able to do much in the NFL with that.
Understandable.
Yeah.
But it says, I like how it says, I'd be shocked if they don't win a game. I agree with that. Like,
Yeah, no, I
think
agree.
they
I
win.
think they have more. Yeah, they had a 14-0 lead on Miami. Like, they've been in games, so I don't think I'm not out on the Carolina Panthers as being the worst team in the NFL. New York Giants, I am for this team being the worst team.
Let
in the NFL.
Tyrod Taylor run this offense, please.
Daniel Jones, that signing
Horrible.
is gonna fuck
Especially
them
for 47
so long.
mil.
It's horrible.
for so long.
That- What? And then, his record even
You're not
pisses.
gonna be able
We
to
don't,
pay
we don't need to go
anybody,
back
'cause
to
isn't that
last week's
contract
episode,
huge?
but
No, I know.
when
Yeah.
you
It's
got
gonna
a
fuck them
negative,
for so long.
a losing record as a starting quarterback, and you get paid 47 mil,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
you gotta
But-
start
That was so
expecting some real
stupid.
things.
What did
from
he
him.
even like? He didn't even show anything that he like.
He's a losing record.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know
see.
what they're saying either. I think Tyrod Taylor does need to be in there. And if Daniel Jones is injured or whatever that situation may be,
Keep him out as long as
it's
possible.
probably better for them. Let Tyrod play. Tyrod's always been a solid quarterback no matter where he goes. So it's like,
if that
mean,
doctor did not puncture his lungs, he might still be playing for the LA Chargers.
I mean,
right now.
Tyrod
Not taking
Taylor
over.
in a lot of ways is kind of like Ryan Fitzmagic. He's going to get you 8 wins a season. No matter how good or bad you are, he's going to get you 8 wins a season minimum. That's just who Ryan Fitzpatrick was. And I think that's like Tyrod Taylor, the same thing. He's a good quarterback that you're probably never going to win Super Bowl with, but he's always going to get you wins when you need to get wins. That's just who he is. And so for them, maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they should start tanking. I don't know what their situation is, but I agree.
They
They're
just
they're
suck.
the second worst. They're the second worst team by far. I mean, there's less future for these guys than there is. The Panthers have somewhat of a
100%.
future. These guys have not much of a future whatsoever. I don't see this.
I think
happening.
their receiving room's even worse than the Carolina Panthers.
for sure. No,
Yeah.
it definitely is. Because they don't even have a consistent guy. Not even one consistent guy. Darren
Sterling
Waller
Shepard can't stay healthy.
Darren
So,
Waller's been an absolute bust for them. They don't even use him practically. Which
He did get held though. That was
Yeah.
a whole.
I don't care. What is that play call, bro?
All
Lined
right.
up in I formation. Waller's in a 3-point stance, and you expect him to run past a linebacker that's ready for him?
I don't
That's
know.
a stupid call.
Well, Bears also very low on this list. I think it's because they just can't figure out what they are as an offense. Justin Fields is hurt.
They almost did
went
beat the
down
Vikings
early.
with the backup quarterback. So
You're not wrong, and I think like Justin
I
Fields
think the
going
Vikings
down
need to be below them.
did not help. I think the Vikings are also not at that good, especially without Justin Jefferson. They're not nearly as good as as people I think still rank them as. But I agree with the Bears being low. I don't believe if they should be. Honestly, I think Bears should be higher than the Patriots right now. Patriots are looking horrible, guys, and I think it might be going underneath the radar. For some reason, that the Patriots might be one of the worst teams in the NFL, and I think it's because
quarterback situation.
the quarterback situation is horrible. They have a lot of injuries that they're struggling with this year. That obviously is something they just can't help. They lost their first overall pick in Christian Gonzalez already this year. They lost Matthew Judon. I mean, like it's not looking good for them defensively, which I think is what they kind of held their hat on was we're going to be good defensively. But they're not.
I haven't seen Bill Belichick pick a quarterback or not quarterbacks have well in my lifetime I've never seen Bill Belichick have a top 10 pick. Let alone pretty much a top 5 pick solidified.
Well,
the last time they've had
Brady's been there.
Oh yeah, Drew Lock. But like at the same time, the last person they got in the top 10 was not Drew Lock.
Drew Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe. Excuse me. Yeah.
Drew Lock, baby.
I remember Zach brought him up in that trade, and I was like, Drew Lock, dog. I forgot about him.
99.
Yes, sir. 99.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think the Patriots need a lot of proving that they got to get done here. All right. Next up. Broncos. I think
we said what we needed to say about them.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are probably right where they should be. I think all of these teams are pretty shitty, so I don't know if we can really put one above the other. I think they're all kind of in the same boat. Shitty defense, offense is struggling, kind of the same situation. Arizona, we'll see. I know they're 1-5 right now. I think they upset Dallas. They played pretty well against some pretty good teams, so I don't know if I want to count them out. Joshua Dobbs has been, I think, overperforming this year, which is good for them. At the same time, though, I don't know when Kyler's coming back, if he's coming back soon or not. I think it's got to be coming here pretty soon, isn't it?
It's got to be here soon.
Yeah, I think he's on. Isn't he on watch or whatever it's called?
It's either this week or next week. I thought he'd be back.
Watch?
Well, I know he's been off the pup list since week 4, so he's got to be close to getting back.
I would assume with this being coming up to week 7 now, I think it's got to be.
When's their bye?
I think they already have it. I think
9?
they already had it.
They already have it.
I thought they maybe did. Maybe
I thought they had week 9.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, they're fucked because James Conner's
No, if they're 1-5, they've not had a bye yit.
That's true.
I think it's week 9.
No. Well, it's coming up here anyways. Tennessee Titans, they dropped 3 after the loss this week.
If Malik Willis is their quarterback, they might be dropping.
I don't know, dude. I think Malik Willis could have some options. I think Ryan Tannehill has been holding that team hostage for so long.
Whoa.
He's been consistent, bro. You can't argue that.
He is the definition of consistency.
Okay, he's been consistent, but they've been consistently not doing anything.
Well, they've been fighting for AFC South titles, so I was going to say they have been consistent.
Other than this last year, they were
other than them being 2-4 right now, they've been
2019. They were.
Weren't they? Did they go on a 5-1 stretch? One of these last 2 years.
Well, it's also because Derrick Henry's been carrying.
It's Derrick Henry that's causing those stretches. It's not Ryan Tannehill, and I'm not saying Ryan Tannehill.
The passes when he needs to.
I get that, but he is not benefiting that team any. He's the same person. He's not going to fucking win you a game. Fair.
I mean, I feel like he can make the passes to win you a game
I
because I've
see what
seen
you
it
mean.
done.
He's kind of holding him hostage because he's older and it's about time they probably moved on from him and try to find somebody. Because obviously Malik Willis and Will Levis probably aren't as.
Yeah, that is not a great pickup. I mean, having Malik Willis and Will Levis in back-to-back drafts like that, it's just a waste of picks.
Will Levis was so hyped up, Kind of.
It's
Both,
I think it's
both
the
in the
same.
second round too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they didn't waste a first
I think
round
Malik
pick on
was
him at
3.
least.
I think Malik was 3, but Will Levis was like the first person
Yeah,
drafted in the second
Was
round.
he third round? Yeah, okay.
'Cause
Either way,
Willis-
like they're not wasting picks on him.
A second
they're
round
going
pick
out-
on another quarterback? I don't know.
Bro,
Must be
obviously
high.
Malik Willis
He-
didn't
third
work out.
string.
So like you gotta do something there.
I get
He's
that.
starting over Will Levis, so obviously he's better than Will Levis.
Well, yeah, because he's a rookie.
It's week
I don't know
six.
if
You
I don't
still
think
gotta
that
learn the
matters.
offense. You
I
still
don't
gotta
think
learn
that
the
matters.
offense. You still gotta learn the
All
offense.
right. Well,
Week
regardless,
7, actually.
Bro,
regardless, they're
Malik has
struggling
gotten a
right
year
now.
and 6 weeks into this whatever he like just learning, and then Will Levis has 6 weeks, and then OTAs.
All right. Well, what I can say here, guys, is I don't
Lower.
agree with this 25th
Lower.
overall ranking.
Absolutely.
Their 2 wins
They
are
might be
against the
30.
fucking Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears.
They might be 30.
Who
Vikings fans,
do
you're
you still
not
think
you're not doing anything by beating the 2 worst teams in the NFL. I'm sorry.
do you still think Kirk Cousins is MVP season?
It's not his fault.
I don't think it's Kirk's fault still.
I mean, I think he throws a lot of dumb picks.
So does Dak Prescott, but everybody sucks him off every single year.
Well, that's Cowboys fans. And
Yeah, I've never
media.
sucked Dak
I
off.
mean,
No, I know, but I'm just saying in general.
It's
I
'cause it's
think
America's
most
team.
people are always going to praise Dak Prescott, even though we know that that guy is good for a 4-pick game twice a year, essentially. But like, I think Kirk Cousins has been nothing but proving that. Like, I saw something like this too. If you're going to trade for somebody or get rid of somebody and you expect another quarterback to come in, and you're going to draft a quarterback that produces just as well or better than Kirk Cousins, that's a good ass fucking quarterback that's coming in to do so, because the guy gets great, like has great games. The guy throws for over 300 yards pretty consistently. The guy gets multiple touchdown passes. Yes, he throws some picks, but he also does throw he makes a lot of really good ones too.
but
Do
does
I
he
think
do that
do I
because
think
Justin
Kirk
Jefferson?
is? I mean, you're not wrong, but I also think the same thing
Bro, do
too.
you
Though,
see
like,
how much separation Justin Jefferson gets?
I was gonna say. I mean, like, I feel like, yeah.
Every
Kirk
time I
doesn't
feel
put
like
up
he
numbers,
throws on the
but, like,
football, there's no one near him like
not
10
clutch.
yards each way.
either.
yeah,
But he's not going to lose you games.
But like he can't. He's not gonna drive you down the field and win a game for you. He's gonna
I mean,
force
he
out
has done
pass.
that because obviously they were in what were they 11-1 in 1-score games last year. So obviously he's proved that he
With
can.
a negative differential.
There you go. Obviously he proved that he can.
I don't know. I've been seeing people. He's on the trade rumors that is going to get traded here at the.
Well, yeah,
deadline,
because he's on the
potentially.
final year's contract and they
Yeah.
franchise tagged him 2 years in a row. So now you got to do something.
I just don't know what they're gonna do with him though, or like I don't know what team is gonna want Kirk Cousins right now as their as their answer. Like, what team right now besides maybe the Falcons might want Kirk? I don't know who else they would want them. Giants if they
Falcons,
can't
yeah.
get a pick. I don't know. Like,
Giants
I
had no
could see.
cap.
I could see Falcons.
Yeah.
I think
You guys
Falcons
would-
are the only logical team right now that would need another quarterback now. Because Kirk is I need a
Bears?
quarterback now.
Maybe that
Everything
team
else
that
is
we
set
just-
up.
What about the team we just talked about?
Broncos,
Titans.
Titans.
not a bad
They-
idea. Especially
They
if
could
they
use
don't
a
get
quarterback.
if they don't
If
drop
they trade like
down-
Will Levis to them or something, or like Malik
Yeah.
and some picks.
Imagine all the Vikings fans crying because they gave up Kirk Cousins for Malik Willis.
After seeing
I
that
bet it
Kirk
would be
Cousins-
more so like a
But
Will Levis.
it's reasonable though. Like
Yeah,
the
keep a
Titans
white
the
in
Titans have
Minneapolis.
weapons. Like they
What's,
just need
like-
someone who can get them the football.
Oh, I agree. I think
consistently.
there's a lot there. There
Defense is
all of a
there.
sudden becomes more weapons on the Titans because they have a Kirk Cousins like quarterback. Even though
Yep.
Ryan Tannehill is so consistent, he's
He is.
consistently not
He's
fucking
average.
able to do anything else. He's consistently average, and you
Yeah,
can't do
you-
shit with an
you're
average
wrong.
quarterback. So that's why I think Kirk Cousins is definitely an above average quarterback that I think is going to allow maybe some of those receivers, like who do they have that receiver that literally like Treylon Burks, that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
literally
Yep.
hasn't been able
Arkansas
to do
guy.
anything in his year so far, or in his career so far, because he just hasn't really had a great quarterback to even give him options. Because again, Titans are also very run heavy. Derrick Henry.
I was gonna say you can be productive and win games with an average quarterback, but you have to be really good at something else. And like
And
for the Titans,
Derrick
was running.
Henry. Derrick Henry's that one.
And they
really
had a
good
very
thing.
good defense. Their defense is still pretty good, But everybody figured out Derrick Henry, and he's just not playing the same as he had been.
Well, and their offensive line is not nearly as good as it used to be, too. Like back in Derrick Henry's 2,000-yard rushing season, they had one of the best O-lines in the NFL, too. I mean, like around there, I guess, whatever it may be. But still, he had a 2,000-yard season, didn't he?
Top 5.
I thought he had a 2,000-yard season. Oh, really? I thought he gave his guys a chain that had 2K on it.
No, I don't think he got it.
I don't think he got the record, but I thought he at least had 2,000 yards. Look it up. Someone fact check me. We'll keep going though. Someone fact check me though. I thought he did. I swear to God, he got a 2,000-yard season. I know CJ2K, Chris Johnson back then they got one, but here we go. Commanders 3-3 at 24. The fact that these guys are one step above the Vikings is completely pathetic. That's bullshit. There's no shot that the Commanders are only one tier better than the Minnesota Vikings. That's not true. Even though they lost to the Bears, I don't care. That's like I always agree with you. Why that's kind of a throwaway game in my opinion. Like you coming off a tough weekend already, playing the Bears on a short week. Like you said, they're hungry.
When the whole world is clowning this team.
Yeah,
like
it's I don't know. I think the Commanders are much better than this, or if they're not much better, these guys are much worse than this at this point. Las Vegas Raiders, another
get
one of those
them
teams,
lower. They are terrible.
I mean, it's another one of those teams though, guys. They went up. They literally went up this,
especially now that they just lost Jimmy Garoppolo. Like with he's got.
Dude,
like,
you
some
were
back
below
issues.
the Vikings at one point. They had the Commanders ranked lower than the Vikings.
Bro. I know.
That's ridiculous.
This is how stupid these guys are.
It's because the Vikings get their. Vikings and
they
Cowboys,
got a fan base.
I swear, are the most fucking
overrated
blown teams.
Well,
Vikings is because of Justin Jefferson. They're gonna want to hype up him because he's obviously the best receiver in the NFL. But yeah. Well, I think the Raiders are not good. I don't think they should be going up on anybody's ranks, but I don't think they're like the worst.
Here, keep going. Give me 1 second, boys.
Atlanta Falcons dropping 6 because they lost to the Commanders. I think it's just because they had the Commanders ranked so low, which I don't agree with. I don't think the Commanders were that shitty of a team that the Falcons were like, oh shit, we lost to a bottom barrel team. We got to drop 6 spots. And we'll see who else is above them right now, but I don't see how that's probably the truth. And
I think it's just about like who you've lost to and like where you like did last year. I think it's a lot what power rankings are, but like
yeah, that's true.
Again,
I don't know.
Still don't know how they're ahead of the fucking Commanders, to be honest with you.
No, yeah, I agree.
I feel like those teams. Honestly, actually, though, I do feel like those teams are very like close.
I would agree too. I mean, there's a lot of good things that the Falcons do, but they still lose games to people that they probably shouldn't lose to. Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen the Packers yet, and I think the Falcons made the Packers look absolutely embarrassing on whatever day or whatever game that was that they played the Packers. Packers lost, right, to the Falcons?
Yeah.
Pretty sure they did. So, like,
yeah, they did.
We haven't seen the Packers. There you are at 20. Indianapolis Colts are at 21. They're going to continue to drop because they don't even have Anthony Richardson anymore for the rest of the season. They have Gardner Minshew, not a backup, but like
top 10 watch.
Top 10 watch. I don't know if I can have these guys much higher than this right now, and I think they're probably going to continue to go down as they lose games, to be honest with you. Anthony Richardson, he's a good quarterback. I think he was going to be such a good dynamic player for them, but the fact he's already down. Zach Moss is looking great. I will say Zach Moss, I think, is probably better still at this point than Jonathan Taylor, but I don't know.
Even though Zach Moss, yes, had a great start of the season, I don't think you can start Zach Moss over Jonathan Taylor. It's just one of those.
I think it's
the way I look at Jonathan Taylor proves that he's not like he's lost a step or for something.
Yeah, I think the big thing with him though is like, and it's probably any position to be honest with you, but you got to kind of feed the hot hand in a way. And right now, Zach Moss has the hot hand. Let the guy just kind of let this thing ride out until it's done. Is the way I look at it, but I get also the reason of why we just paid Jonathan Taylor. We want him on the field.
His Jonathan Taylor's ceiling is so much higher
for sure
than Zach Moss's, and you got to get him going too at the same time because
I agree.
He's going to be your offense now, obviously, without Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking run the ball for days with those two.
Zach Moss is probably honestly still get a lot of touches because of how much they're going to run the damn ball.
For sure. No, I agree with that too. Packers are right here. I kind of agree with this one. I think the Packers are kind of They're such an average team, which I think 20 is a
They're
pretty
hurt.
good spot for him right now. They're
so
hurt.
hurt too.
Jordan Love is
Whoa.
I would say he's okay.
They dropped 2 spots on a bye week.
Yep. I'm starting to lose a little bit of my love for Jordan Love, if that makes sense. I don't think he's been great. I mean, he's thrown 5 picks already in this case over the past 2 games. I mean, that's not a great look. Offensively, they have not been able to do anything, which is not good either. But at the same time, there isn't much for that team that they have going for them. Like you said, they're hurt. Defensively, I think, is Jair still out, or is he back, or where's that looking like? Or he's been back, I guess, hasn't he?
Yeah, he played.
I think he's
back.
Quay
they don't have
Walker.
like Christian Watson's not there.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're stopping him.
Christian Watson?
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
There's been a
rookie
lot
player.
there's a lot of rumors in the air right now.
He's their only like great.
Romeo Dobbs.
I mean, they got some
He's
good
good.
receivers, but I don't think they're like, oh shit, this guy's so much better than Christian Watson that we wasted.
If anything, they
first
need a
overall
shot
pick on.
Bakhtiari.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants Bakhtiari though at this
He's too
point.
old.
Yeah, I would
This
say
is some
so.
bullshit.
I don't understand how you guys went up.
You're right, Trey.
I don't
How are
understand how
you
we're
fucking
19?
19?
What do you mean? How do you understand you're 19?
Washington should be ahead of them.
Here's your reasoning why you should be 19 or lower.
Yes, our offense is bad, but we literally beat the Browns. We've beaten the fucking
That's a fluke. All right.
Ravens. Where are the Ravens? Top 10?
That
we
was
beat
also
them.
probably a fluke.
They're a good team though.
But we beat them.
So do the
I
Colts.
don't, I
So
So the
don't
Colts, the
care.
Colts are below
I
you.
don't care if you beat them, Trey. I don't believe that the Steelers are that good of a team. Just like I say, the
I think-
Seahawks are not that good of a team at 3-2. I don't think the Steelers are that good of a team at 3-2 either.
I think our defense makes us a better team than we actually
Absolutely. Your defense is one of the best in the NFL. I don't disagree with that. But your offense is so bad that I think that's what makes you guys not that good. Your defense could beat anybody by themselves, but if they can't, then you're going to fucking lose the game. That's just
are.
the
I think
fact.
we should be a little higher.
I think you should be right where you're at and be happy.
I think you
Where
should
would
be
you
lower.
say? Where would you say?
Yeah.
I would say about
18?
15.
I would say about top
Shut the
10.
fuck up, bro. If you believe
Go
that
up.
the Steelers,
Who's up?
We'll keep going. Here we go. So, whoopsies. Next one up is Saints, which, geez, they dropped
Point proven.
4. Dear God.
What the fuck?
Why would they drop 4 after losing to a team that was still a pretty good team?
The team's
the
ranked
fuck?
above us too.
No, they're up here a
that
little
team's
bit more.
up there.
That's what
Rams
I'm saying. They're ranked
jumped up
above us.
5
What
just
the
because they
fuck?
got Cooper Cup back or
2
what?
teams. We're better than both those teams.
You're not better than the
Than
Saints.
C-SPAN.
You're not better than
than
the
the Rams.
You're not better than the Rams.
You're not
How?
better than the.
Their offense is
will
way
tear
better,
you
and their
apart.
defense, their defense
Their
can
offense
make.
will tear me apart. Our defense is our strong suit, buddy.
I don't give a
I
shit,
don't
defense
bro.
is
care.
nothing.
You ain't guarding Cooper Cup. There's
He's-
no corner on this
Levi
team that's
Wallace is
guarding-
gonna get cooked.
You
Yeah,
expect
Levi
old
Wallace,
man
dude.
Pat Pete to go one-on-one with Cooper
Nobody
Kupp.
can guard Cooper Cup. I don't care what you. Nobody's guarding Cooper.
Who's
Kupp.
guarding
Like, now
Puka?
You're gonna have to eat that on the chin.
Who's guarding
but-
Puka?
Okay, Puka is not like that elite.
Who's guarding him?
I mean,
He's
your
good.
corners
Who's
aren't
guarding them?
anything like special besides like Joe, like
Except for Joey Porter Jr.
That's what I'm saying. The only
Bro.
one.
Bro.
He's gonna
One
be good.
corner isn't going to lock down the entire wide
I
receiver
promise, I
core.
promise you, Pat P ain't locking up Puka nor Cooper.
Your D line is great.
I bet Pat P could lock up Cooper.
Fuck
Or not
no,
Cooper.
bro.
Puka.
Jesus.
Puka.
No,
I meant
fuck
Puka.
did
I
you
meant
just?
Puka.
I don't even
Okay.
think he can do
Puka.
that.
All
I
right,
meant Puka, I didn't
I'm
mean
losing
Cooper.
my shit. Houston jumps
This
up
fucking
5
guy.
in this ranking. Holy cow!
They should be.
I don't know how
They should be
Houston
higher,
jumps up
Trey.
5
You ain't
as
wrong.
these guys drop 4. Wow, that's quite aggressive.
No, this
Um,
team at 3-3 is going to be tough for a lot of these good teams, and people are about to find out.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
They got
They're young.
they got a great defense coordinator and their head coach. I mean, like Laramie Tunsil's just got back now. They're starting right guard. I forgot last week too. Now I can't remember, but he's getting back. Like this team is getting healthy, and this team is going to be really good. And then they got a nice 1-2 punch with Damian Pierce and Devin Singletary.
For sure. Jets, I agree with this. They're kind of on the ups, man. I think their defense is looking very, very good. They got some big wins. They beat the Eagles for the first time in franchise history. Incredible feat there for those guys. Zach Wilson isn't looking bad, which I think is a lot of people's surprise.
We are 3 weeks from seeing
Aaron Rodgers
the
play
greatest
football
quarterback of all time get
Dude,
on the field.
Aaron Rodgers
3
throwing
weeks.
the football like he was in warm-ups, insane.
That's the timeline.
Insane.
3 weeks.
To see Tom Brady come back in the field, I don't think so. I don't think it happens.
I don't know, man. I was amazed when I saw him warming up and just throwing. And again, he's not running around, but he's still throwing a football. He's twisting on his leg. It doesn't look like it's
got a big ass
him.
like immobilizer deal on his leg, in his pants.
I don't give a shit. This is literally 6 weeks after he tore his fucking Achilles, and he's doing this already. That's insane. Insane, if you ask me.
It's all those fucking pills he takes.
Kobe Bryant shot 2 free throws with an torn Achilles. Hey, man.
So did Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Wrong. All right. Los Angeles Chargers. Ooh, I don't know if I can put these guys this high. A 2-3 team at 14 overall. I get it on paper. They're one of the best looking teams, but they've never been able to perform that well.
I agree with you, Zach. They probably should be
lower. Do you
lower.
think the Chargers are better than the Steelers?
Yes.
On paper, yes. But
their defense isn't better. Their offense is still that much better, though, Trey.
I just think our defense alone makes us better than some of these teams. But okay, I'll stop talking.
Do you think the Chargers are better than the Saints?
Is that why you gave up fucking 40 points to the Texans?
Chargers are tough to beat.
Is that why you gave up 40 points to the Niners?
49ers. You can only they blew up in the second half because our defense just on the field for so damn long they got tired. That's what happens when your offense sucks, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say these.
No one's answering me, so I'm gonna say it's where we are.
I don't think so, Spence.
You don't think the Saints are better than the Chargers?
No. They're both very inconsistent. I mean, you guys win a game, then you lose a game. You win a game, then you lose a game. And that's kind of what the Chargers have been too. So it's hard to know what these guys are. And I think Chargers are one of those teams where it's like you never know what they're gonna do. They should win.
Did Derek Carr get hurt
in one game?
He's back.
Oh, he's back already?
He's back already.
He's played the last 2 weeks.
Oh. Yeah. Mike Williams is already down, as we all
he was
expected.
down 3 weeks ago, yeah. But...
I know. So it's like we already expected that, but I think like Joshua Palmer, he's having a good year. Obviously Keenan Allen is an absolute
they're getting Eckler back though, so they're getting Eckler back. They'll go back up.
I think Chargers would technically be better than the Saints then, I think, for that matter too.
We have Kamara. I'm taking Kamara over Eckler.
Bengals 13 moved up to. I think the Bengals are, again, not that their defense is not good. Their offense is starting to figure it out a little bit. Again, we should have won this game. We didn't even look good on offense, and we only lost 17-13. So I don't know. I don't think the Bengals are that good of a team, which sucks because we lost to them, and I hate that fact. But it is what it is, I guess.
Still ranked above them.
I know, but
something to be proud of.
It's one of those things though where it's kind of like, yeah, they probably shouldn't have won that game. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't think they're this good of a team. 13 is a little bit of Joe Burrow-ness to that. Bucks lost. Obviously it was a tough game against Detroit, but Detroit is one of the best teams in the NFL. I don't think you should go down because you lost to one of the best teams in the NFL right now. I don't think that's a knock.
Too.
I don't think that's a knock against you. They have them pretty high on this list, I'm pretty sure.
I think they're top 2 teams.
So
as of right now,
Seahawks are ranked 11. I'll take it. We dropped just 2 with that loss. I agree with you. I mean, I don't think we're this good. I think our offense gets exposed at times. We struggle in the red zone, and I think there's a lot of
DK's a little boy.
I fucking hate DK. If anybody wants DK, you guys can have him. He's such a bitch, dude. God,
who's got a worse attitude, DK or George Pickens?
DK. He's had the most unnecessary roughness or like unsportsmanlike conduct or whatever it may be calls in the NFL since like 2018 when he came in.
DK just goes out there and he
whatever it was.
bullies people.
Yeah, every single week it's just a clip of him standing there when it's an inside zone to the opposite side of the field. He just stands there and then just rails the fucking guy. It's like, dude, what are we doing, DK? Like, why did, like, there's one time We got a first down, whatever it may be, and then DK just decided to just fucking truck a guy for no goddamn reason, and we got backed up 15 yards because of it. It's like, dude, what are you doing? It wasn't even necessary, and he does it. He's done it like 3 times this year alone. Oh, it's so frustrating. And the guy's not even that good. He should be way better than he actually is, but
Is Jamal Adams back yet?
he's back. Yeah, he played this last week, the whole game, and didn't get hurt. That's a fucking
get concussion?
record.
I don't think he did anything, but he was
He
there.
didn't do anything special, but yeah, he played. Cleveland Browns are 10. I agree. I mean, Browns looking good this year. And it's not even Watson. I mean, PJ Walker is the one that won the game.
Just wait till Watson gets back, though.
I don't know if Watson's got it anymore, man.
Right.
Fucking beat both these fucking teams.
Oh,
You
chill
shouldn't
out.
You shouldn't, though.
The reason why it's like this is
Yeah.
because it's a throwaway game. You shouldn't have won. That's what that means.
Beat both of them.
Everybody knows
Okay.
it except you.
Hey, December's coming. This is when it really matters.
Baltimore.
Do it again.
Watch us do it again. Lamar.
Baltimore
Do
at
it again.
9. I like it. Lamar's having a great year. Just hands down.
Facts.
I think he's having a
Facts.
great year.
Facts.
Cowboys, bullshit.
Get him lower.
Yep, I agree. They're not this good. They're so
Five
streaky.
ranks lower, maybe
They-
7.
They could beat a really good team, or they could also get their ass absolutely handed to them the next. So that's just who they are. Their two losses are to the 49ers, which are the best team in the NFL, and then to the Cardinals, which are one of the worst teams in the NFL. So it's like they're not consistent whatsoever. The Buffalo Bills, I agree they should drop, even though they got the win. They are one of those streaky teams. Like Josh Allen has a great game, and then he just plays like shit the next. And it's like they got to figure it out, man, to be more consistent. Stephon Diggs playing great. On the other hand,
I was listening to part of my take earlier today, and they were just saying like you can just tell just right away in the game if the Bills are going to win or lose.
Yeah,
because they're just like you can tell if they're going to come out there. If they come out there hot, they're going to win.
Yeah.
Come out there flat-footed, they're gonna fucking lose.
I agree with you. Whoopsies. Jacksonville Jags. I like it. I think they're starting to pick up a lot of momentum here. Again, it's London. That's what rejuvenates this team every single year, and they just go on a run. I would not be surprised if these guys go on a pretty big win streak right now, going in the middle of the season. Good time to start doing it too, especially once they're getting
Travis
into it.
Etienne's their
Don't
best
agree with
player.
me? Don't agree with me, Wyatt, or what?
No, I really don't, to be honest with you.
What do you see?
That's
What do you don't
That's
like
just
about
my
this team?
opinion. Consistency.
I mean, they're 4-2.
How does that even mean?
Bro, obviously they're in a shit division. Not really shit, to be honest with you. That division's gotten a little better, but at the same time, I just don't trust the Jags.
That's fine. I think this has been one of the best Jags defense or Jags teams they've had in a while, in my opinion.
That's fine.
Eagles drop. I agree with this. I think they're still probably a little bit high. Maybe not though. I mean, they still have a good team, but these guys are beatable. And I think a lot of teams have proven that, and especially the Jets proved it this last weekend. The Eagles are not as good as we think they are, and it's all reliant on how Justin Fields play or Jalen Hurts plays. If Jalen Hurts plays like shit, which he's been doing a lot this year,
Dude,
they're
is he
gonna
throwing
lose.
an interception every game?
Damn near. I mean, he had like 2 or 3 of them this last week, didn't he?
He had 3. I think he has one every
I don't
single
think
game.
so.
And that has not been a good.
I definitely don't
And
think
the thing
that's
is,
right.
he'll put up an interception a game, but then he'll go and throw for fucking 300 yards just because he's got fucking Devonta and fucking
No.
AJ Brown.
These guys could almost be higher, dude.
Oh, they definitely are the number 2 team in the NFL.
I mean, such a good team right now. I'm loving what David Montgomery's bringing. David Montgomery's amazing.
He's out.
Ribs.
He's out again?
Ribs.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Oh,
He's
shit.
probably out this week too.
Well, Jahmyr Gibbs has been inactive for forever now, and even when he was in, he still didn't do shit. So, I mean, regardless, I still like this team. I think they've been playing really good. Laporta, low-key, one of the best tight
He
ends
could
in the
be-
NFL
he
right
could
now.
be up there for fucking rookie of the year too, offensive.
You're not wrong. I think CJ's just having too.
I think
good
it's
of
because he's a
season.
quarterback. Yeah, but
Yeah, but like Laporta's having a great rookie season for a tight end.
100%.
Things too. Great rookie season.
I think right now it's obviously like probably Laporta, Stroud, and A-Chain.
I mean, he's already out. A-Chain can't even do anything. Is he done for the season or no?
I think he was done for the season.
I don't know.
He's
He's on.
out a couple weeks.
He's on the IR for sure. I don't know if he's out for the season.
In the short week.
Miami, I still a great team. I mean, Tyreek Hill is insane. He's gonna break the receiving record this year. That's my opinion. I think he's gonna get it. He's almost already.
He's for like 2,300.
He could get over 1,000 receiving yards for the year already, and it's week 7. Put that in perspective. Insane.
Didn't he like tweak his hammy or something like that?
It
A
don't
little
fucking
bit.
matter.
I think a little bit, but I think he's gonna be fine. I think he's always had something like that, but he comes back pretty quickly on him. But yeah,
they're just so fucking fast, dude.
Their offense is untouchable. Their offense is untouchable. That's kind of what it comes down to. And I get the Bills played them well, but again, the Bills they either win or they don't. They're so streaky of a team, and even they played really good against a good Miami team. Miami is consistently putting up 40 points a game against anybody they play. And that's just a fact of it, which shows you how good of an offense they have. This is what I'm talking about. I don't agree with this. Of all the teams that we just read through, the Chiefs being number 2 overall in the NFL is complete bullshit, in my opinion. That's not accurate. And that's what I was talking about earlier. That rant I went on.
It's power rankings. They won the Super Bowl. That's probably why they're.
I get that, but I don't. I mean, Rams looked like shit all last year, and they didn't have a problem putting them at the bottom of the barrel for the most part of the entire season. I mean, these Chiefs, yes, they're winning games, but like. I don't know how we can put them.
Can you really go into a game and confidently say, "Oh, the Chiefs are going to lose"?
I don't know. Have they even played a tough schedule
against the Jets?
They played some good teams.
They should have lost against the Jets.
So let's take a look. The Chiefs have played the Vikings, the Jets.
Bro, they should have lost against the Jets.
The Bears, the Jags, and they lost the Lions week 1. They should have lost the Jets. I agree with that. So they could technically have 2 losses, and those are 2 really good teams. The Jags, one of those weird teams too, but they've played the Vikings, the Bears, and the Broncos, 3 of the worst teams in the NFL.
Vikings should be better than what they are. I don't
think so.
Hell
I think that just proves.
I've been saying this.
3 out of their 5 wins have been the worst teams in the NFL.
All right, who is it that's coming up with just a gauntlet of fucking teams? I saw a schedule. I can't remember what team it was.
It's the Eagles. The
Seahawks.
Eagles schedule.
There was
the Eagles schedule is literally the toughest next 7 weeks, I believe.
Somebody's coming up.
Who do they played the Jets?
It's like Bills,
I think it's now us.
Chiefs, Dolphins.
Yes, it's the Eagles. Give me 1 second. I'm looking it up.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Just looking at the Seahawks schedule quick, minus this next weekend against the Cardinals, the Seahawks could very well lose the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight games.
Here's the Eagles.
The
Eagles got the Dolphins next week. Then they got Washington. Then they got the Cowboys. Then they got the Chiefs. Then they got the Bills. Then they got the Niners. Then they got the Cowboys. Then they got the Seahawks. And then the last 3 games of the year are pretty much gimmies.
That's tough. No, that's a tough schedule. Seahawks got Cardinals this weekend, but we got the Browns, Ravens, Commanders, Rams, 49ers, Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles.
I like the remainder of the Steelers schedule. I'm just going to say it now.
Oh, Super Bowl contenders. There you go, Trey.
No, not saying that, but
you're about to say it. And then 49ers are number 1, obviously, in the NFL still, which I still agree with. They had some injuries, though. Christian McCaffrey went down a little bit. And also did
an oblique
Debo.
Injury. That's not great.
Yeah, no, not great either. That's not a good sign for those guys, but hopefully that gets cleared up here soon. But yeah, that's our power rankings for week 7 going here, guys. Okay, and it's everybody's favorite segment time now. We're talking about our dead or alive for the week. The fastest 3 minutes with Trey Fortin. Here we go. Number 1, we have the 49ers. 49ers this week, they are absolutely dead. Kind of an overreaction in this case, but hey, can't be losing to the Cleveland Browns in this case. Gonna get it back on track. They got some injuries going on right now too. They're gonna have to get it figured out because it's not gonna be a good season if they can't figure it out. Just kidding. It's an overreaction. Next up, we have the Colts. Colts are absolutely dead right now. They lost their first round quarterback this last week, potentially out for the rest of the season. They're not going to have a lot going for them right now. They're going to have to rely heavily on Gardner Minshew to keep going throughout the season. We'll see if it continues to go for them. Yes or no? We'll find out.
Have faith in Gardner.
This is my segment. Shut the fuck up. All right, next up, we have the Jets. Jets are absolutely alive right now with Zach Wilson at the helm on that team. And we'll talk about the next one here for our Dead or Alive. But the Jets are one of the best defenses in the NFL. Offense is starting to show signs of life again. Breece Hall is an absolute dog, as we all have learned to know from him from his rookie year. Breece is that guy, man. And next up on the kind of the tour for with the Jets, we have Aaron Rodgers' Achilles heel. That is alive, dude. Have we seen him throw on the sidelines? This guy is able to fucking make throws only 6 weeks after tearing his AC or his Achilles. Absolutely incredible. He's going to be back here in just a couple weeks. Absolutely alive there for Aaron Rodgers' Achilles. Next up, we have the Patriots. Patriots are absolutely dead right now. Patriots have zero chance of doing anything in the NFL right now. They're injury prone. They have no good quarterback. Bill Belichick is washed. At this point, they need to figure something out because right now they are going nowhere and going nowhere quick. Next up on our Dead or Alive, we have the Cleveland Browns. They are absolutely alive right now because they've been able to actually get some wins here, especially over the undefeated former undefeated team, the 49ers. Congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. They're on the ups and ups. Even with their third string quarterback, PJ Walker, they got the big dubs. Congratulations, you're alive for this week. Next up, Eagles, absolutely dead right now. And I'm not saying this is an overreaction because we've been talking about how beatable this team has been kind of all year. I think this was the first sign that they can show that they're actually dead. And if it's not just the Eagles in general that are dead, we're talking about Jalen Hurts. He is kind of dead right now. I'm not going to lie. Not a fan of what I'm seeing from Jalen Hurts. Hopefully it gets turned on here soon. Next up, we have the Lions. Lions are absolutely alive right now in the NFL. One of the best teams in the NFL, regardless of what NFL.com has to say, which is most of the time bullshit. They definitely should be top two right now. One of the best teams in the NFL. And I am a fan of what Dan Campbell's doing, man. And lastly, on our Dead or Alive, we have Justin Fields. He is dead figuratively and physically right now. I don't know what's going on with him. Who knows how long he's going to be out with his wrist injury. And that team right now is not doing well, getting loss after loss. They got the one win. So what, guys? We do it in the fucking NFL. That's what we do is win. That's been your Dead Alive segment for this time. What do you guys think? Pretty quick. Ran through it that time. Fucking ran through that shit, man. Absolutely ran through that shit.
You're still recording. You're still recording.
I'm still recording. I know I'm recording.
Alrighty then.
And we're switching up. We're calm. We're chill again. We're chill. But yeah, this brings us to probably our favorite segment, to be honest with you. And this segment came out of the woodworks when this guy to my left, or technically to my right, whichever way you're looking at it, brought it up. He goes, guys, we need to have some kind of reward per week. Somebody needs to be able to be recognized for his dog-like capabilities. And that was none other than our boy Trey Fortin here. And that was Trey's dog of the week in this case. It's typically a range of like 3 or 4 different players, if I'm not mistaken. And we get to vote on who we think is the dog of the week for this week. Yeah, Trey, what do you got? Take it away, man. Your dog of the week for this week.
For dog of the week, we got 4 nominees for you boys, all right?
I'm excited.
Number 1, we got for the Los Angeles Rams, Cooper Kupp.
Have a day.
7 receptions, 148 yards, and a touchdown.
Damn.
Balling since he's been back. And we're going down to the southwest. Southeast.
I was going to say, whoa.
In Miami, baby.
Going to the southwest.
We got Tyreek Hill.
Ooh.
6 receptions, 168 yards, and a touchdown.
168
now
yards.
We're going to head straight on back to Miami with Raheem Mostert.
No.
That
guy's a dog.
Guy on this list, dude's a dog.
Touchdown finder.
115 rushing yards, 3 receptions for 17 yards, and 3.
Oh, 3 tutties. That's right, 3 tutties.
Damn.
3 total tutties. And then we're heading up to the Motor City with Amon-Ra, St. Brown.
Mr. Consistent.
All reliable. 12 receptions,
Reliable.
124 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay.
That's
I think
what
it's
we got.
some pretty damn solid Dogs of the Week nominees, guys.
Any honorable mentions or no?
Any
Honorable
defensive guys?
mentions.
Max Crosby.
Do I have any? Let me think.
All right. Just fuck off, Max.
Yeah, fuck Max Crosby.
Oh man.
Whoa! This guy fights Sean Strickland. I don't know if you
For
want
you,
Oh, Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
Dog of the way. Dog
he had
of
a
the
good
week.
game. He had a good game.
Honorable mention.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't really know. To be honest with you, Kelsey
Kelsey
had a
pretty
good game, just no tutty, so I
Yeah.
couldn't get him in there.
That's
Couldn't get
fine.
him in
I think you got a good list here, Trey.
there.
What's your thoughts, Spence? Who is your nominee of the four that we were able to choose from?
It's tough. I mean, it's a good selection, Trey. That's a good selection.
Thank you.
But I mean, you go through all these guys and you say they got the yards and they got a touchdown, but do they have three?
They did not.
And that
I'm
that
taking
boy's
Mr.
fast
Three.
as fuck.
I'm taking 3 touchdowns.
Mr. Brady.
Dude, that dude finds the end zone. Like, he's just got a nose for that thing. He's got to
I
be
agree.
top 3. He's got to be top 3 in touchdowns this year.
Hey, fun fact. I picked him up off of free agency in fantasy football. in our
Yeah,
league.
first off, the last 3 people I've tried to pick up in fantasy football have all gone to the worst teams in the league. So this is fucking bullshit, and I just want to say that.
Get better, kid.
Well, sorry, I'm not terrible like these guys are.
Me? Talking about me.
Well, you just got your first win of the year, so good for you.
Second.
Raheem,
And fun fact again, I have scored the most points in the whole league. The most by like a lot.
Yeah,
But
and you
I
still find
have-
a way to lose.
And I am second in most points scored against.
it's good
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, that is true.
Play some defense.
For out of the 6 weeks we played, 4 of the 6 I've scored over 160 points.
Jeez, dude.
I
Awesome.
understand. I understand. Don't worry. It's frustrating. Though Christian McCaffrey now getting hurt for me does not help my case, so we're all in the same boat.
All right, we're talking about Dogs of the Week, guys. Let's get back on topic here.
Hey,
This
Christian
is
McCaffrey is a
Wyatt
dog.
not wanting to talk about fantasy football and brings it up.
I know, right?
I did not bring it
Raheem
up.
Mostert
You
is
did.
leading. Raheem Mostert is leading the NFL in most touchdowns. He's got 11 on the season already right now. 11 touchdowns, and it's week 7
LT
coming up.
shit.
Insane. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Well, Spence, you got Raheem Mostert. I don't want to just double up, but I'm gonna double up on it. I gotta go Raheem Mostert too this week. I think he deserves that, man. 3 touchdowns again, leading the NFL in touchdowns right now. 100 yards rushing again. I mean, the guy is just so damn dynamic and fast. I mean, how can you not want?
I think he's got all of our votes then.
He's got all of them. He swept
That's
it. That's a
That's
sweep.
clean sweep.
That's a sweep.
Dude, this guy's good. He's
We'll
so
crown him.
good, especially at 30 years old. This guy's still doing it.
Well, you guys here first, then, folks. We have week 6 Dog of the Week
Is that
is
2 30-year-olds on the Dog of the Week?
I think,
I think
so.
so.
Allen
Actually.
and
Yeah.
How old
Keenan
is
Allen's not
Khalil
on
Mack.
Dog of the Week.
huh?
Oh, Khalil Mack
There was
is
no
definitely
Keenan.
30.
Khalil Mack is over
Khalil Mack
30.
was dog of
Keenan
the
Allen
week.
didn't
Keenan
get
Allen.
it. He didn't
Keenan
get
Allen
it
didn't make
because
the list this week.
that was the same.
No.
No. We're saying previous week holders.
We didn't. There's only been 3 or 2.
No,
we've
there's
had a
been
there's-
there's been
Mike
6,
Evans.
buddy.
Yeah, but we haven't done it every week.
Mike Evans
Yeah,
is
we have.
30.
Yes, we have.
So last week we did have some all time. So first week was TJ Watt. Second week was Mike Evans. Third was Devon A-Chain. And last week was week 4 that we did it. Who did we
With
vote for? It
Khalil Mack.
was Khalil Mack. So yeah,
The
he hasn't
six-
got it.
six sacks.
He hasn't got it yet.
He was a
hasn't got it.
nominee.
He was a nominee. Yep, he was a nominee because
How
he
old
had
is
like that.
Khalil?
Him, A-Chain, and
Because he had like
33. 33.
Khalil Mack is 33.
Yes, sir. He's old.
Jesus, that guy's old. That guy's ancient, actually. But congratulations,
33 at 32.
congratulations,
I'm looking
Raheem Mostert, for being
32.
dog of the week of
32.
week 6 of the NFL. We'll send you
Dog.
we'll send your check in the mail as soon as we
6
get it.
sacks.
We'll send his check in the mail as soon as you get it. Congratulations, Raheem Mostert. All right, and now we have our all-times list, our top 5 linebackers that we're going to be drafting. Jesus Christ! What we're going to be doing this week, we're going to be doing our top 5 all-time linebackers, and then we're going to start off with our boy Spencer. I think you actually went last. I'm pretty sure last time, so I'm going to have you go first this time. Who are your top 5 linebackers? 5-1. Now go.
5 is DeMarcus Ware.
Ooh.
He is a champion, defensive player of the year, and he got the butt kiss award. That's
Which
5.
I might add, why we're doing this week is because of Dick Butkus, obviously tragically passed away last week. But yes, that's why we also chose linebackers, and obviously he's one of the greatest of all time. And we'll see if he makes some of our list too. But yeah, DeMarcus Ware, I like it. What else you got?
And then at number 4, I mean, can't go wrong. Where's he at? I gotta remember the stats here quick. Pat Willis. Take Pat Willis.
Mm-hmm.
He's got defensive rookie of the year, 7-time Pro Bowler. I don't think he won a ring. He didn't win a ring. I don't think. But
Didn't
still,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Or never mind. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Bucks.
Yep.
It's San Fran.
I was thinking of
you're good.
Derek. I was thinking of Brooks.
Yep.
Was he on that team when they went against the Ravens, or was he
I
retired? by
think
then?
he was. I think he was.
He was on the team. They lost though.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I was just going to say, did he even make a Super Bowl?
And then at number 3, I got the Great White Chicago Bear, Brian Urlacher.
Oh,
I have to take Brian at 3 there. And then at my number 2, it's so hard because it's one of my favorite players. It's a toss-up, but I'm gonna have to go Ray Lewis.
Mhm.
10-time Pro Bowler, 10-time All-Pro, 13-time Pro Bowler, 2 rings, and an MVP in the Super Bowl. And he's an NFL Hall of Fame. And then at number 1, I think it's pretty obvious since I haven't said him at number 2, LT. Like, if you say linebacker, that is your ideal linebacker.
I feel like that's going to be a consensus number 1.
I mean, he breaks legs for a living.
yeah. No, I know. I think LT is by far like the best of the best in that case. I mean, you're not going to get much better than him, man.
But it is a toss-up
I'll
for
go.
number 4 and number 5 because Ray Lewis is one of my favorite players of all time. It's just hard to say, but just linebacker statue, that's him.
Yeah. All right. Why top 5? Go ahead, man.
Number 5, probably the most decorated middle linebacker. I mean, he's an 11-time Pro Bowler, 5-time first-team All-Pro, 4-time second-team All-Pro, 2002 defensive MVP, Derek Brooks. This guy was a freak on the field. I love Derek Brooks and everything that he stands for. And then number 4, this was a toss-up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go Derek Thomas. Played for the Chiefs, 9-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro, 3-time second-team All-Pro. Just an absolute unit on the field, and he helped the Chiefs win a lot of games during his era. At number 3, I'm gonna go Jack Ham. Absolute dog, missing the front teeth. Like, when you looked at this man, he was scary. I mean, just a leader on the steel curtain. Absolute dog. Number 2, I know what everyone might think who this is, but I'm going Lawrence Taylor at number 2. Yes, he was a freak on the field. Yes, he was a dominant edge rusher. Yes, people were scared of him. But this number 1 guy, there is no one that has carried a team like he has, this Baltimore Ravens team. I mean, when this guy gives a speech, everyone, ears perked up, locked and loaded. I mean, it was like you were going to war. And like he talks on ESPN on Monday nights. Holy shit. Every time I listen to this man, I want to go to war. Are you kidding me? Like,
he is a motivational speaker for a living.
This dude has got this team, like every Ravens team, motivated. And they were always in the playoff run, always making a deep run. This guy was just built for this Ravens team, and he carried them to a lot of wins, in my opinion. And that is why I give Ray Lewis the number 1 linebacker spot of all time.
All right. Trey, what's your thoughts on it, man? What's your top 5?
Well, I was currently trying to look up the stats because I felt very unprepared. Going through this list. But all right. For my number 5, all right. May call me Glazer. I'm going James Harris.
Blazer.
James Harrison. Okay. One of the scariest looking motherfuckers there ever was.
One of the biggest linebackers.
When I saw him
ever
playing
fucking seen.
volleyball with a medicine ball, rolling
Crazy.
that thing up there?
But he was 84.5 sacks. He was a 5-time Pro Bowler, Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time champ. I mean,
I think the stats
Crazy.
speak for itself.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm going to go with, even though it was a short career, Luke Kuechly. Dude was a freaking
I'm putting Derek
dog.
Brooks.
He was. He
This
was
isn't
so
yours.
good.
This isn't yours. This is Trey's.
This isn't yours, dude. It's
My
mine.
bad.
Number 3, I'm going Pat Willis. I think, dog. I don't have stats on him. Just unprepared again. And then number 2, I gotta go Ray Lewis again. And then number 1, LT.
All right. I respect it, man. Switching up. Honestly, guys, we're gonna have different lists, which I like. This is much different than what we had for tight ends. I think it was pretty consistent across the board with all of them. Mine different than I think all of yours. I think there's a couple similarities, especially in the top end, but different on the bottom. So number 5 for me, which might be a little bit of a shock. I shouldn't say that because why I had on my list. I had Derek Thomas too. Derek Thomas is one of the greatest edge rushers and like getting in the backfield, wrecking up the plays of all time. Here's some stats for you guys, just because this is mind-boggling what he's able to do in his 10-year career. Because he passed away in a car accident actually, on the age of 33. So he didn't have a long career. I think he died when he was still playing and everything like that too. But in his 157 starts in the NFL, he had 126 and a half sacks in 157 games. I mean, it's just under a sack per game. And obviously there's multiple games where he had multiple of those. He has the record for a single game with 7 sacks in one game alone. I mean, absolutely freak. And he only played honestly for 10 years. Again, 6-time All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, Defensive Rookie of the Year in his rookie season there in 89. And obviously he's in the Hall of Fame as well. That's my number 5. Number 4 for me is the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why we're doing this, the guy that I think defined what a linebacker was supposed to be. And I put Dick Butkus. And I know he played way, way back in the day. And I think a lot of people don't understand what is it. No, seriously, they don't understand his impact to the game. 8-time Pro Bowler, 8-time All-Pro, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year when he was back in the 70s. And then he was obviously a Hall of Famer in NFL 100 team in 2019 too. But Dick Butkus was literally like if you wanted to figure out what I should be as a linebacker, people would use Dick Butkus as their guide. This is what you should achieve or aim to be in your career as being a linebacker. That's why I think he has to be on the top 5 list, but I have him at 4 in this case. Number 3, nobody's actually said this guy yet. I have my guy here, Jack Lambert from the Pittsburgh Steelers for a couple reasons, but I have Jack Lambert up here. And obviously he's a part of the Steel Curtain. One of, wasn't he? Or maybe he wasn't actually.
Yeah, he was.
I think he was a part of the
I think him and Ham were together.
Yep,
I
him
thought
and
so
Ham were
too.
together.
But regardless, this is a part of why I love this is because 8-time Pro Bowler, 9-time Pro Bowler, 8-time All-Pro. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 Super Bowls that he's won in his career. He had Rookie of the Year defensively. He had 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 67 and 83. That stat alone that can't be true though, because he wasn't even playing in 1967. Yeah, they must have obviously made a mistake on that. But regardless, I'm like, that'd be insane if he wanted that back end of his career. Jack Lambert, though, I think just again one of those guys that is a legend among Steelers, but also just linebackers in general. Which Steelers might be linebacker university for the NFL. And then obviously the top two, same as you guys all had. I did have Ray at number 2, and then I had LT at number 3 or at number 1. Just because, again, reason why I put LT above Ray is LT, I think, was undoubtedly the most unguardable, unstoppable player in the NFL when he played. I mean, he was that
kind of like
game.
The Shaq of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the most
OG.
dominant players in the NFL to ever play. I think a lot of people when we talk about who is the greatest football player of all time, I'm talking all-time list. Obviously, you hear the word, Tom Brady, you hear other big names like that too. If you're thinking about full-on football players, typically Lawrence Taylor is also on that top tier list of greatest football players of all time, not just in their one position in that case, which is why I think LT has to be above Ray Lewis, even though Ray Lewis was absolutely incredible in his career and, definitely deserves to be a close second in that case. And I think it definitely is a good step up from the rest of them on the list. But that's my top 5.
You were talking about the sacks there with Derek Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just looked up like the all-time sack leaders. I didn't think I guess never mind.
Say it.
Never mind.
Okay.
For some reason I only thought of like sacks, like linebackers, and I correlated everybody had to be a linebacker. I was like, hold up. I thought like Bruce Smith and Reggie White, all of them were like linemen, not linebackers. I was like, wait, other people can sack the quarterback also.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I mean that's my top list. I think we all had some really good top lists, to be honest with you guys. Very consistent on the top end, I would say, but I really, really liked the variety in the back end. And like we said, there's actually so many really good linebackers in the NFL. I don't think we can just say these 5 are the best because there's so many that you can plug and play, especially in like that 4 and 5 spot. I mean, like it's wide open if you ask me, and who could be in the top 5. But yeah, that's top 5 all-time linebackers in the NFL. All right, and that brings us to our last segment. We have our pick'ems for this upcoming week. To recap last week, guys, we had Spence and I tied for first with 11 correct out of the was it 14 games, 15 games last week that we had? 16? I can't remember. I think it was 15. 15, 40. Doesn't matter. Whatever it was. Spence and 14. I had 11 out of the 14 correct. Wyatt had 10. And then Trey was last.
Oh, shit. It was 15.
Forgot to do it.
15.
So Trey and I got 11, Spence and I got 11 out of 15. Trey didn't do it. And then Wyatt got 10. But that brings us to this week's pick'ems. Again, if you want to see who our actual pick'ems were, go ahead and watch a couple weeks ago on our episode to see what we got there. Next up, we have, I guess I should say first up, we have our Thursday night game, which is the Jaguars versus the Saints. Ooh, what a good matchup here on this Thursday night. My personal opinion, I'm going to go Jags on this one. I think they're a hot team right now, and I think the Saints, we'll see what happens, but I think the Jags are just on a good pace right now of getting some wins, and I think they're going to continue that throughout this week.
I agree.
You already know my guess. I'm taking Saints.
Give me the Saints in the dome.
Ooh, we split it right down the middle. Jags versus Saints. We'll see what happens on Thursday. Moving on to Sunday already, we have the Falcons versus the Bucks. Ooh, interesting matchup here. I think pretty similar teams. Is everybody healthy for the Bucks?
Baker's got a left hand injury.
Not playing?
I think he'd probably play.
Okay. Non-throwing hand. I'm not too worried about it. Give me the Bucks.
I'm going Falcons.
You going Falcons on this one?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I'm taking Tampa because I don't really like the Falcons at all. So, yeah.
There you go. Why, guy?
Give me the Falcons.
All right. Split that one as well, right down the middle. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Bills versus Patriots. I think there's zero chance the Patriots get a win in this week. Defense is beaten to shit. Offense has no idea what they're doing. I think Bills will get this win as long as the Bills look like they're going to win the game.
Well, we wouldn't have thought the Giants would almost beat the Bills.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But
I
I'm
think
still going
I
Bills.
honestly think the Patriots have a worse situation than the Giants at times. At times.
I'm still going Bills.
Okay. Bills. We going Bills sweep on this one?
Yep.
Okay. Browns versus Colts. I think I'm going to go Browns on this one. Browns are looking really good. They got the huge win against the 49ers. I know that pains Trey to have to hear and probably agree with, but
I don't think the Colts have won at home for the past at least 8 games for sure. So they are on a winless streak at home. So give me the Browns.
mm-hmm.
Give me the Colts.
Okay.
I
Browns.
think
Deshaun
Jonathan
Watson's fun.
Taylor is having a welcome back party this week.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. We have Lions versus Ravens. Tough matchup. I think Lions are going to get the win, though, in my opinion, but I think the Ravens are going to be a really, really good team for them to match up against right now.
Lions.
I'm giving the Lions.
Lions. Lions sweep. Look at Lions being 5-1, getting picks to win. Good for them, man. We have Raiders versus Bears. I honestly have no idea. This could go both ways, to be honest with you. Only reason why I say Raiders because Max Crosby is going to terrorize whoever quarterback the Bears have playing quarterback.
Justin Fields right hand injury. I don't know though. Still
Matt Crosby. Yeah, you gotta block Max
awesome.
Crosby. I don't know if you can though.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders.
Okay. Raiders, I think, get the win on that one then.
I suppose.
Commanders versus Giants. I gotta go to Commanders. I've been proven wrong with them before, but I don't think they are going to lose to the Giants, especially with how bad the Giants' offense is and how good the Commanders' defensive line is. I think that matchup alone was going to kind of set the tone for the entire game. So, you guys might have 20 sacks this game.
I hope so.
What do you guys think?
Washington.
Give me the Redskins.
Hey.
Get this motherfucker out of here. Jeez, dude.
Kami.
All right. Cardinals versus Seahawks. I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm hoping we get the win, but to be honest with you, I'm gonna be surprised if we lose this game.
Give me the Hawks.
Give me the Hawks.
Hawks at home. 3:05.
Ayo.
Perfect time for them.
Fly Hawks fly. We have the Steelers versus the Rams. Ooh, tough because I know, like you said, Trey, your defense is really good. But
Yeah, you're about to find out about the Rams right here.
Really
you're about
bad,
to find
though.
out.
I'm gonna go Rams. I'm going.
Hell
Rams
yeah,
on this
give me the Rams.
Give me the Rams.
All right, you watch, motherfuckers.
We'll find out what happens next week because I don't know if I believe that. Rams get the win on this one. Trey's the only one that picks the Steelers. Green Bay versus Broncos. Oof. This I honestly could see the Packers losing this game. I honestly could.
The Packers.
I think the Broncos defense is so bad that the Packers could still do it, but I don't know if I love that.
Cheesehead.
Cheesehead, boy.
Packers. Okay. Packers sweep. Chargers versus Chiefs. I gotta go Chiefs. Like I've been saying, I'm talking shit. I think they're gonna be the Chargers because Chargers are such an inconsistent team. I don't know if we can pick anything else.
Oh my god, what a dick rider.
Glazer.
Give me Taylor Swift.
Whoa. Over under on how many times she gets shown on TV.
Well, only if Travis says we're probably gonna win this game, that's when she'll show up.
Give me the Chiefs.
Okay.
In the kingdom.
All right. Chiefs sweep this one. Really good game here. Dolphins versus Eagles.
Sunday night.
That's gonna be a great game, man.
Give me the Pins. Give me the Pins.
I'm taking Pins.
Be different, Zach. Be different.
I'm going Eagles. I'm going Eagles. Only because I think the Eagles, honestly, might have a better defense.
Doesn't matter if your offense scores more points.
Correct, but I still think that the Eagles are going to put up a better push against the Dolphins.
Who's going to guard Tyreek?
Whoa, pause.
The entire defense.
Then Waddle's wide open.
And then Braxton
Berrios.
Hell yeah, Jay.
Then here comes the dog of the week, Raheem Mostert. Right down.
I go Eagles in this one. Dolphins get the win though, and then 49ers are gonna fucking piss stomp the Vikings, in my opinion.
I took San Fran total score 42.
My total
50.
score is 45, and that's 45 to nothing.
50.
50-7.
If they don't 45-0, what happens?
Punishment.
Nothing.
Punishment.
What?
No.
Because you said 45-0. That's a huge.
We lose your punishment.
Okay. Punishment. Even if Seattle wins, you can't wear the jersey.
Okay, that's fine.
No, we should do that. The person with the lowest amount should have a punishment.
That's the punishment. I can't wear my jersey.
I'm saying for everybody. I'm not wearing my jersey. I'm saying like all of us. Like say
Purple Rain, baby.
If Wyatt doesn't have, say Wyatt has like 8 correct.
So pick a game.
Do the stream naked.
Make a bet. No, I'll do the stream. Well, I don't really get any other jerseys, so I can't.
Loser has to take a shot on the stream.
Is that even allowed?
Yeah, it's just water.
You better.
Got it. You're right. You're right.
Well,
yeah. Well, those are our pick'ems, guys.
Actually, we'll do this in honor of Halloween coming up. The person with the less amount of picks, right, has to paint their face like whatever team that you got beat. So
why don't we just dress up in a Halloween costume?
Nope. You shut your mouth. You had your segment. This is mine.
No. I like we're sexing with this.
Listen.
You have to go get a costume. You have to go get a costume.
Buy a costume.
You have and you
buy
have
a costume.
Paint your face the color that the team.
That's too much, dude. That's too much.
We'll figure it out off camera.
We'll figure it out, and you guys will figure out who that is. All right. Well, that's all we have for you guys this week. This is a long week, guys. Holy cow.
Fuck the Jags.
2 hours long, practically. Appreciate you guys all for watching. Let us know down in the comments. Who do you think is your dog of the week for this week? Who's also your top 5 linebackers of all time? Let us know in the comment section.
Best?
This is true. Who list was best? Who had it more accurate? What should we do next? Just tell us whatever you're thinking in the comment section, to be honest with you.
How was your day?
Tell us how your day was in the comment section below. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll try to be more consistent here. Obviously, we had our bye week last week, and we'll try to keep that up with the consistent posts so we don't get behind on the schedule itself. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.